Acadie Bathurst fans are ready. The champions from the QMJHL. They have never captured junior hockey's top prize. They're hoping to change that this evening as they face off against the host team, the Regina Pats. Regina played in the very first Memorial Cup back in 1919. This is the night that fans have waited for all week. But meanwhile, this is the night that players have waited for their entire lives. It is loud in the Brandt Center as we bring you inside. Regina Pats on the ice for warm-up. Ditto for the Acadie Bathurst. The Regina Pats have captured the MasterCard Memorial Cup 4 times, but the last time was in 1974. As I mentioned, they played in the first one. They lost against U of T schools. They're hoping to make tonight their 5th victory at the MasterCard Memorial Cup tournament. Jeff Merrick alongside former Memorial Cup champion Colby Armstrong and Todd Warner. Guys, what does Championship Sunday mean to these players?
Well, it's huge. It's huge. I got to play in this tournament in 2001 and played in this final game. I'm telling you, the anxiety is there. The pressure is there. It's a one-off. This format is just one game. This is a game 7 for them. And in this format, in this game 7, your best players have to shine on the big stage.
For you, that was Doug Lynch, 2001 in this building.
Yes.
The Red Deer Rebels won. What does Championship Sunday mean for you, Todd?
I think the key is going to be for both teams here is just managing your emotions. The Pats are going to have this hometown crowd. It's going to be raucous. Acadie hasn't played since last Tuesday, so they're going to have a lot of nervous energy as well. Have a good first shift. Don't get overextended. Do something positive and build from there.
5 days off for Acadie Bathurst. 3 games in 5 nights it'll be for the Regina Pats, led by Sam Steele, Anaheim first-round draft pick, who's standing by now with Rob Falls.
Sam, a lot has been made over the time that the Regina Pats had to wait, but obviously it was worth the wait, and you played very well, got better each and every game of this event.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we waited a long time, and this is it here, so we're all ready to go.
Hard work has got you through into the semifinal, and now hard work to the final. Is that what it's going to be right off the opening face-off to attack?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to sit back. There's no time for that here, so it's got to be right off the first whistle.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You know, Colby, he's been outstanding this entire tournament. 13 points for Sam Steele, distinguishing himself as maybe the best player in the entire tourney.
Yeah, absolutely. And right from game 1, he's been the guy that's done it for, I think, everybody in this rink. Yeah, it's their home rink, but he has electrified this rink at times through this tournament. A 5-assist night, a 4-point night, a 2-point night, and then to finish it off to put his team here in this final game, another big 2-point night against the Hamilton Bulldogs. I mean, you look at the way the games have gone and the way this guy can play. When you need answers, you're getting them from Sam Steele in this tournament. Absolutely awesome.
One thing I'll say about him, and it's the same with lots of teenagers. This guy had 130 points 2 years ago now in the league. So what does he need to work on? And you know, the Ducks said play away from the puck. You know, so face-offs, it's board play, it's being consistent, it's blocking shots, all those extra things. He's always going to be able to score. But what else does he bring to the table? And I think we've seen them in spades too in this tournament.
And it sounds very much, even though Regina doesn't have the last change, it'll be top line for Acadie Bathurst against Sam Steele's line. That'll be fascinating. Let's have a look at your scoring leaders through the MasterCard Memorial Cup tournament. Sam Steele leads it with 13 points in 4 games. Have a look at Jeffrey Vial, though. He is part of the top line for Acadie Bathurst. 9 points in only 3 games. He scores, he checks, he blocks shots, he does it all, and here he is with Rob Falls.
Jeff, you've told us over the past 10 days how special this team is working together. What's their feeling as they get ready for this game?
Yeah, we have a really special team. We love each other a lot, so we're really excited to get this game going.
What are you expecting to see from the Regina Pats?
I think we expect a lot of offense. They're really good defensively too. They're a pretty physical team too, so we just got to play our game honestly, and we should be fine.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
You know, as a game like Jeffrey Vial's is appreciated in all 3 leagues. He's tough, he's physical, he's got some skill, he can pass, he can score. This kid does it all, Colby.
Yeah, he does, and we just talked of Sam Steele. This guy is kind of the opposite of Sam Steele. He's kind of a more meat and potatoes type player. He's able to affect the game on so many different ways, whether it's physicality, scoring a big goal, killing a penalty, and blocking a shot. I've loved what I've seen out of this guy in this tournament. He's the captain for this club, the MVP through the playoffs, and he picked up where he left off in the playoffs into this tournament and carried this team with that meat and potato type play. So, man, he's been fun to watch. 2 leaders. We saw Steele. We see him going head-to-head tonight.
Yep.
Should be a good one.
Todd?
Strong, physical, sets the tone. You heard him say he's got some nervous energy. He's excited. He's going to make an impact early in this game for sure.
What else do you guys look for from Bathurst specifically? Maybe someone from the back end, maybe someone up front. Who are you guys looking at?
Yeah, for me, I would have to say just the depth, I think it could come down to. I talked about the big players shining in key situations. I think for Bathurst, it's their depth and their ability to roll lines over, and we've seen that in this tournament cause some problems for some other teams. So I would look at that against the Pats right now.
Physical group of forwards from Acadie Bathurst. That's a matchup I want to see. How do the Regina Pats D-Corps handle this group that goes in straight lines and finishes their checks? It'll be interesting to see.
Regina's D-Corps was outstanding against Hamilton on Friday night. Curious about Acadie Bathurst D-Corps, led by a 17-year-old in some ways in Noah Dobson.
Yeah, just a tremendous tournament, and what a talent moving forward. You know, 6'3", 180-pound defensemen are hard to find. Every team wants them at the highest level. He's had a great tournament. It's all about skating. He can join the rush. He can defend. He uses good body position. He has good instincts and a great shot. Lots to like.
Olivier Gallipo, QMJHL Defenseman of the Year on Acadie Bathurst. You may be familiar with his name going back to the London MasterCard Memorial Cup tournament when he was a member of Valdor. Some excellent games played by him. When we come back, more preview of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Regina facing off against Acadie Bathurst, looking for their first Memorial Cup.
Deadpool 2 is the #1 movie in the world.
It has been quite the run, Dopinder.
Rolling Stone says it's irresistible and delivers the goods.
That was nice for me.
Deadpool 2, now playing.
I love this color, but I'm loose up here and I'm tight right here.
Go with a custom shirt and choose your look while their master tailors find your perfect fit.
I can breathe.
And you look great.
Now at Moore's, create a custom-made shirt personalized just for you.
Tailored for Canada. Tailored for you.
Everybody wants to love their home, but not everybody knows how to improve their home. And that's okay, because DIYers aren't born. They're made. Every project you tackle makes the next one easier. And with the right tools and a little help, there's nothing you can't do. The Home Depot.
With the world's most advanced all-wheel control system, introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Exceptional comes standard.
The best way to have your political opinion heard is through a ballot. Turn talk into action by being a voter. See how Elections Ontario makes it easy to be a voter at elections.on.ca.
Here's to all the party hosts whose homes and pubs we frequent most. Here's to spending time with friends, to sharing stories, tracking trends. No matter where it all begins, if you go out or just stay in, please plan ahead and choose your ride so we can all arrive alive.
Top of the hour, it's the 100th edition of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Meanwhile, have a look at the CHL and minor hockey. The CHL and its 60 teams contributing $5.8 million to the Canadian hockey system. $4.8 million spent on minor hockey sponsorships, $1 million on development and affiliation fees. Those are all paid to lower category teams. For more on that, we go ringside. Rob Fald's in conversation with the president and CEO of Hockey Canada, Tom Rennie.
Tom, as we watch the MasterCard Memorial Cup, we're seeing the best in junior hockey. But what this does as well with the relationship with Hockey Canada, there's a trickle-down effect.
Well, there really is, Rob. The bottom line is that the CHL contributes an awful lot of money to the procurement of the game, really, and the kids playing in it. From a sponsorship through minor hockey, they pump a lot of money into the system in general and the Canadian hockey system in general. Of course, when you look at high performance and our ability to access those players at under 17, under 18, under 20, it's a pretty good relationship. We certainly feel like we're winning by it. We like to think the CHL does as well.
You know, we've been around the game a long, long time, and to just watch the skill set of these young players and how they have gone up and up in the coaching at all levels. It
really is. It's second to none in the world, and I've had the opportunity to see a lot of the world, when it comes to the game. And at this age group here, it's not done any better anywhere else. And I love the fact that we take that type of serious approach to the development of the athletes, the boys playing this game, quite honestly. At the end of the day, there's a bigger game that we do play. The fact of the matter is we help them with a life skill that will last a lifetime as well, Rob.
You think at the end of this event it would be the end of hockey season, but no, that development process never ends.
It doesn't, and at the end of the day, you need to take a deep breath and step back, and we certainly encourage younger players to pick up another sport and do something else. But at the end of the day, really, you're working on you're honing your craft every single day, and whether it's a general manager in the league getting better, or a coach going to a clinic, or players training off ice, whatever the case may be, it's an ongoing process. The bottom line is that we want to make sure that we create great Canadians through this game, through this league.
Tom, it's always great to see you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Tom Rennie. Jeff?
Our broadcasters getting better for that matter as we go right through the MasterCard Memorial Cup tournament alongside Colby Armstrong and Todd Warner. Let's focus now on the defense of both of these teams, and you know what? It's hard not to be impressed at what Regina's been able to do so far. That blue line led by Josh Mahura, but there's a lot more than just Josh Mahura.
Yeah, it's a deep group, and I thought Friday night especially they did an excellent job shutting down Hamilton's best players, and so it's a bigger challenge today because I think Bathurst's group of forwards are a little bit more physical. They're going to come at them with speed. They're going to skate in straight lines. They're going to get it in deep, and they're going to take the body. Hamilton, more of a skilled team, look to pass the puck and move it. This team's going to get after their D. So Mahura, it's Puto, it's Hayek, it's Fleury. Are they up to the task in a more physical, confrontational kind of forward group that Bathurst has? We'll see here tonight.
Cale Fleury has been roasting guys every single night that he's out there. Watch for those matchups when Fleury and Hayek are on the ice. Look for them to go up against the big line for the Acadie Bathurst Teton. Meanwhile, back end for the Teton, led by Noah Dobson and Olivier Galipeau, the top defenseman from the Q.
Yeah, the top defensemen, they see all the matchups. They get the special teams minutes. These guys play a ton, and obviously we've talked a lot about Noah Dobson. He's having a great tournament and into his draft year this year. God knows how high he will go, but it's definitely in the top 10. That's a for sure, as I believe he's ranked around 7th, Jeff. We have him, but a guy that's able to put up points, see key matchups, can skate, move the puck, and another guy that I've been really impressed with, overager Olivier Galipeau. As we've mentioned, he gives Dobson that support, that ability to make those plays and jump up at the same time. Galipeau is able to do the same thing, play physical, move the puck, get up in the play, and very sound defensively as well. I've really liked what I've seen out of him. I think a team will get a good player if they decide to sign this guy as an overage.
Noah Dobson, meanwhile, is 17 years old, and you always love to watch Memorial Cup beards because some guys can get the full one, but Noah Dobson, a little follically challenged. What did you refer to it as?
The Patrick Laine starter kit. He's got the old Billy Goat chin strap going. It's nice to see. He's got to fill it out as he gets older, and I'm sure we'll see lots of them in the future.
The line of the tournament. I know you love watching Cale Fleury out there. That's someone that's really caught your eye.
Yeah, he has. He caught my eye, and he's been getting better every game. Obviously, with 45, 46 days off into this tournament, takes some time to get your wheels tournament, but Montreal's got a great prospect in this kid. I think he moves the puck well, he can skate, he's rock solid, and he's mean, and he's got that edge, and I think he's going to translate really well into being a pro defenseman with all those intangibles that he brings to the game. So he's impressed me, and last game, as you said, Todd, he was a beast last game. Well, you got to know when he's on the ice.
For sure, he'll step up on you, he can finish checks, and he may be, of that Regina D-Corps, the best equipped to deal with this group of forwards from Acadie Bathurst, who are straight line guys. They get after you, they skate. We talked about the comparison to the Vegas Golden Knights. They just roll lines and come at you, and they're physical, more physical than any team, that group of forwards. So we see if he can handle it today.
Oh, Cale Fleury will be licking his chops. He loves that kind of game.
Maybe.
It's going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the hour, licking chops if you're Cale Fleury against the Acadie Bathurst Teton. These two teams have met once before. It was a wild one that saw Acadie Bathurst go up 7-2 in the third period. The dreaded 5-goal lead. The final turned out to be 8-6. Not saying there's going to be 14 goals tonight, but
Everybody wants to love their home, but not everybody knows how to improve their home. And that's okay, because DIYers aren't born. They're made. Every project you tackle makes the next one easier. And with the right tools and a little help, there's nothing you can't do. The Home Depot.
A work of art begins with a vision, elegant and bold designs that create extraordinary spaces, tailored only to your own imagination, your very own masterpiece. Start designing today at bestwaystone.com.
Thank you, Canada, for making Arctic Spas the best-selling hot tubs and all-weather pools in the country. Arctic Spas are specifically engineered for our extreme Canadian climate. We're the largest hot tub manufacturer in Canada, with showrooms coast to coast. You deserve one. ArcticSpas.com.
8 elite gamers from Canada save their EA Sports NHL 18 Masters. Now is their chance to prove it. The 2018 NHL Gaming World Championship is on as the Canadian Finals hit Toronto. Which two players will punch their ticket to Las Vegas and get their shot at $100,000? Don't miss the Canadian Regionals Tuesday on Sportsnet. Presented by Honda, the official vehicle of the NHL and NHL Gaming World Championship.
The CHL has been asking fans to cast their vote for the team of the century. The winner will be unveiled during the second intermission. Here's a quick breakdown of the 4 finalists. We'll start with the 1995 Kamloops Blazers. In 1995, Memorial Cup had host Kamloops looking for their 3rd championship in 4 years. They had won at least 40 games in 7 straight WHL regular seasons and appeared in 7 WHL finals in 12 seasons, winning 6 of them. The Blazers became the 7th team to win back-to-back, but the only one to win 3 in 4 years. Outstanding. 2000, Rimouski Oceanic. This was the first time the tournament was to be played in Atlantic Canada, Halifax. And the finals had the Barrie Colts face off against Brad Richards and the Rimouski Oceanic. Richards scored 2 goals, set up 2 others, and was named the tournament's MVP. The 2005 London Knights. London would be the host city for the 2005 Memorial Cup, but the team wanted to enter the tournament as OHL champions. After a regular season that saw them go 59-7-2 and a 16-2 playoff route to capture the OHL championship, the Knights captured the Memorial Cup. Corey Perry led London with 7 points and was named tournament MVP. 213 Halifax Mooseheads. Memorial Cup MVP Nathan McKinnon and Jonathan Drouin led the 213 Halifax Mooseheads to the franchise's first national championships by beating the Portland Winterhawks featuring Seth Jones 6-4 in the final. Well done. By the way, who the winner is in the second intermission. Colby Armstrong has already filed an official complaint wanting to know who the 2001 Red Deer Rebels are.
Yeah, full-blown Western Leaguer here. And I got to say the 2001 Red Deer Rebels team must have just been off the list. It must have been the
just
number
outside
5.
your screen. Just outside the screen.
Number 5,
hey,
clearly.
Some great names on all those teams right through.
Put you on the spot then. Who do you like out of all those 4?
I'd have to say the Kamloops Blazers.
Western League, eh?
I would stick with the Western League. Just seeing that picture, Darcy Tucker, the amount that they've won in a row, the history of the Kamloops Blazers in that era, it's pretty special, I think, when you can do that, never mind once, but 3 times.
3 and 4 is remarkable. Do you have a favorite amongst that bunch?
Can I take the 2010 Windsor Spitfires, or no? Is that You know what? The best team I ever played against was the 93 Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. And I'm not sure the 92 team wasn't better. They lost to Kamloops, actually. But Aaron Gavey, Ralph Intranuvo, Steve Sullivan, Jeff Toms, Drew Bannister, Coach of the Year in the league. So that was the team for me in junior that was the best.
Colby, you've won this thing before. You played on that, excellent, we joke about, but that excellent Red Deer Rebel squad. What does it take to win this thing? Is it just you have a good team and you get lucky and you stay healthy? Or is there something else?
Well, I think it says something for a team in the championships of their leagues that have battled through to get here, because it's like playing in a mini NHL, and then after that's all said and done, you play in almost like a Champions League format that they have now, and the format is so different. So every game's a Game 7. That's what we hear from these kids. The stakes are so high, and it's a one-off every game, and you just have to regroup. So just to get out of the round robin, make it to the final, sometimes it has to play in your hands, a little bit of luck, but also you have to be pretty resilient group and make it through.
Todd, you grew up in Blenheim, played for the Windsor Spitfires, played for the Kitchener Rangers. How much was the Memorial Cup a goal for you before you ended up getting drafted by Quebec?
Well, sure. I mean, that's the goal every year when you start out. So you're trying to get the pieces together. In my final year, I was moved to Kitchener, and we had a shot at it. We didn't get out of our league that particular year, but it takes a group of older players who are all like-minded and want to win, and you have to have some breaks along the way. We've seen that already in this tournament. Just to get through your league is like winning your own Stanley Cup. So that's a difficult task, and then you have to have some luck in the tournament and some momentum too.
And I would say the Memorial Cup's like on a different pedestal. Like when you start out the season, you're going, okay, let's win our league, let's win our division, and then just to get through the league is just a challenge in itself. So it's almost like a further thought than you can imagine. But once you get here, it's like, holy man, we're in the big dance, we're in the big show, and we're here now for a 100-year anniversary of this tournament. This is pretty awesome.
It's like winning your league. That's a gatekeeper. Then you get to play for the world, the best championship in all of Canadian major junior hockey. On the other side of the break, we'll hear from RJ and Sam. Get you set for tonight's game, and a reminder, you will find out the voters said the greatest junior hockey championship team is of all time. Stay tuned.
It's 6 a.m. Millions of Canadians are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory, more than 1,000 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Made and sold around the world, our blades are Canada's #1 shave. As members of the Gillette family, we're proud to bring you Gillette quality, because nobody beats the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Don't wait. Go to SoCleanCA.com right now and get your SoClean.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila, sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean now, the world's first automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer that kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Go to SoCleanCA.com. That's SoCleanCA.com.
We all play differently, but the hope is the same. Get that Lotto 649 feeling.
Small, big, and jumbo, pint-sized humongo, immensely gigantic.
Small country, big appetite for life. D'Italiano.
Live large.
25 years ago, they brought Stanley home. Sportsnet presents 24 Together. Witness Montreal's 1993 championship as told by the people who lived every moment. Monday on Sportsnet. Sportsnet and Sportsnet 360 TV subscribers can watch more live sports for free exclusively on Sportsnet Now. Visit snnow.ca, sign in with your TV provider details, and start streaming.
Welcome back to the Brandt Center. It will be a jam-packed, sold-out arena this evening as Regina faces off against Acadie Bathurst for the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. Junior hockey fans are lucky. They get to hear two of the best in the business every single week, and RJ and Sam calling their 7th MasterCard Memorial Cup as a tandem. Guys?
Thank you, Jeff. That's very kind. One of the best parts of this job is traveling around, getting to know the players, getting to know the coaches. So many players with such character and skill. And here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, we're able to watch practices. And yesterday was the final practice for the Acadie Bathurst Teton. They knew that, and it was a really special practice to watch.
Well, it sure was. And it starts with their head coach, Mario Pouliot, who 4 years ago took over this team. Because he's got that great understanding of the team dynamic as it relates to the individual player. He sets up shop inside the blue line. He talks to his guys individually. Little pat of encouragement, maybe a joke there. And the part I love most, the details. Picking up the pucks. What coach today ever picks up the pucks? They've done it all tournament long, in the morning skate, in the pregame skate. There, the team dynamic at the end. It was so fun to watch that practice. The coach blew the whistle. Brian Lizotte, the assistant. 3 times they didn't come. He finally had to steal their puck. They said it's been like that all year, and it all starts with their head coach, Mario Pouliot.
They don't want the season to come to an end. They wanted to win their final game. That was their goal right from training camp. So here they are in the final game of the CHL season. But they will have to be better in faceoffs. Regina really owned them in the round-robin meeting. The Pats won 64% of the faceoffs.
Well, you know what's really interesting? We talked to a few of the players about this. We've talked to the coaches, and I guess the best answer we can come up with is in the Quebec League, they seem to be a lot more strict, so they're not cheating quite as much or not used to cheating quite as much. Meanwhile, the Western Hockey League teams, hey, they're cheating. And as long as you can cheat and get away with it, why not do it? But when you look at the home ice advantage, right now it's Acadie Bathurst with the last change. However, with the faceoffs being such a decided edge for Regina, about 14% over the course of the whole tournament, that really mitigates that last change. You can win the draw, have a look up, reset, get behind the net, and get the matchup you want if you're the visiting team, which Regina technically is here in this game.
Regina has won the face-off battle in all 4 of their games. They were outshot only in 3 of the games. They outshot their opposition just once, and that was against Acadie Bathurst. The only game they lost, Jeff.
And it is the rise of the smallest market in the entire CHL. Acadie Bathurst facing off against a host Regina Pats. What's the key for the Pats tonight if they're going to be successful, Colby?
Well, I think with all the time off, it's taken Regina some time to get their feet under them in this tournament. The one thing I noticed that they did really well that will be key is managing the puck. Their D, the big 4 that Todd had talked about through this pregame show, is a key to head-manning pucks, breaking up rushes, and managing, not giving it away, not throwing it away, and that's what they got into early. Also, their power play. Their power play's been going really good for them in this tournament so far. They like to keep that hot against Bathurst.
What about for the Teton?
When you think about the last game, Regina had a tough start. They got scored on the first shift. I think the Teton have played enough playoff hockey to this point that they're really comfortable in close games like this. I think they'll maybe be a little better at managing the first part of the game like this, their emotions. But for Regina, better first shift for sure, trying not to get one against and then build from there.
You know, we've seen goaltenders steal entire games. Maybe goaltenders lead their team to victory. You think of Michael DiPietro last year at the Windsor Spitfires. Max Paddock, Evan Fitzpatrick. We've seen the good and the bad of both in this tournament. Do you have a favorite here in the goaltender battle?
Well, I just think we've seen a little bit of inconsistency through Paddock through this tournament. A good game, a bad game, an average game, then a really good game. So can he tie it together for one more game? We haven't talked too much about Fitzpatrick, though, Todd. Maybe he could be the difference.
I think he's gotten steadily better as this tournament's gone on. So I look for him to have a good performance from game to game. He's gotten steadily better, yes.
Evan Fitzpatrick is a draft pick of the St. Louis Blues. Max Paddock, interestingly enough, the rookie, the 17-year-old, is draft eligible this year. But if you look at him while he plays the games, talk to him afterwards, he has ice water running through his veins. He is cucumber cool. It should be fascinating. It is the 100th edition of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Regina was in this game 100 years ago. They return again looking for their 5th Memorial Cup. Acadie Bathurst gets here looking for their first. RJ, Sam, the game is next.
It began as a simple idea, and it grew. With every goal, save, and lift, it grew. And 99 years later, It's blossoming. Its growth cultivated with spectacular moments, chaptered by the ones brave enough to answer the call, by the ones who wanted it more than anyone else. The trophy is engraved with the names who had the heart and grit to conquer this journey. Before the tournament, we asked, how do you measure someone's will? How do you quantify hockey heart? You measure it here. At the MasterCard Memorial Cup Final. It began with 60, all seeking glory, but only one will find it. Led by a defensive titan. A team woven together, fighting for a franchise first. But beware, an opponent with momentum. Under a banner of blue that reverberates intimidation, a team playing in the heart of its city. This is where greatness began. And tonight, we witness where it continues. Tonight, it will be lifted for the 100th time.
There is an optimism that's married with a nervous energy in the Brandt Center, the sold-out Brandt Center tonight, as the host Regina Pats face off against the Acadie Bathurst, the QMJHL champions, to find out who will capture the greatest championship in junior hockey. Welcome to the 100th edition of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Two different types of teams right now that we're looking at. Acadie Bathurst, they've had a number of days off. Is it better to be rested? The Regina Pats, they played 3 games, it will now be 5 nights. Is it better to have momentum? That answer we will find out in about 2.5 hours, and maybe before that, Rob Falls can shed some light on, is it better to be rested or have momentum? Falls.
Well, Jeff, just think about rest. That's exactly what the Regina Pats had. 46 days after being eliminated from the Western Hockey League playoffs to their first game in the MasterCard Memorial Cup. You mentioned it, 3 games in 5 nights, but in doing so, they have knocked off the Ontario Hockey League champions and the Western Hockey League champions to get to this game. Last game for the Acadie Bathurst Teton was on Tuesday, and by that time they knew they had locked down a spot in at least the semifinal. Learned the next day it was the final. Mario Pouliot said he liked the time off, a chance for some good practice or some good team bonding. He feels they are in the right headspace to go after the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Jeff?
Rob, thanks very much. Alongside Colby Armstrong, you won the Memorial Cup in 2001 with the Red Deer Rebels. Todd Warner played with the Windsor Spitfires and the Kitchener Rangers of the OHL. You've had a smile on your face all day because you know the nervous energy that goes into a game like this. Who can decide it tonight, Colby?
Well, this tournament's been crazy. Every team's had a chance. Every game's been so close. I think it's the team that won't go away, and what we've seen out of both these teams, it's anyone's game, but it's the star players who shines the most at this tournament right now in this one game.
I'll take a guy like Nick Henry. We haven't even really talked about him. He's got 5 goals in the tournament, riding shotgun with Sam Steele, who's obviously been the best player to this point, so I'll pick him to be a difference maker.
Cam Hebig, the other part of that line, may be the best line in this entire MasterCard Memorial Cup tournament. We are moments away from the call, RJ and Sam, but first, the opening ceremonies.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Brandt Center.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Bienvenue au Centre Brandt.
The Canadian Hockey League, in association with your Regina Pats, are proud to welcome you to the championship game of the 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
La Ligue canadienne de hockey, en association avec les Pats de Regina, vous souhaite la bienvenue au jeu du championnat de la Coupe Memorial MasterCard 2018.
At this time, please welcome our official party for tonight's ceremonial puck drop.
Chers partisans, veuillez accueillir au centre de la glace nos invités officiels pour la mise en jeu protocolaire.
Representing the 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup Host Committee.
Représentant le comité hôte de la Coupe Memorial MasterCard 2018.
Please welcome.
Veuillez accueillir.
Event Chair.
Le gérant d'événement.
Sean Semple. spent 6 years in the Army with the Royal Canadian Engineers, serving 3 in Canada and 3 in Germany. He is currently the president of the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 001. Please welcome
Veuillez accueillir
Ken Eskdale. He is a Canadian Army officer with over 26 years of service. He has deployed across the world on numerous missions and has held many command positions representing the Canadian Armed Forces.
Représentant les Forces Armées Canadiennes.
Please welcome
Veuillez accueillir
the commander of 3 Canadian Division, Brigadier General Trevor Cadu. He played 4 seasons for the Regina Pats, winning the Memorial Cup in 1974. After his hockey career, he served in the Canadian Forces, reaching the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the primary reserve. His #1 jersey is retired by the team, representing your Regina Pats.
Représentant vos Pats de Regina.
Please welcome Pats alumni.
Veuillez accueillir un ancien des Pats.
Ed Stanowski. He sits 11th in all-time scoring in Regina Pats franchise history and 8th overall in assists. He flew in from Toronto just today as he and the Toronto Marlies prepare for the Calder Cup. Also representing your Regina Pats.
Représentant vos Pats de Regina.
Please welcome Pats alumni.
Veuillez accueillir un ancien des Pats.
Pats former captain, Adam Brooks. Representing CIBC.
Représentant CIBC.
Please welcome
Veuillez accueillir
President and Chief Executive Officer Victor Dodig. On April 6th, first responders from across Saskatchewan were called to the horrific scene of the Humboldt bus accident. He was the first on site to reach Broncos goaltender Jacob Wasserman, representing Northwest EMS in Nipawin.
Représentant EMS Northwest à Nipawin.
Please welcome
Veuillez accueillir
Ryland Jacobson and show our gratitude to all of the first responders, our unsung heroes. Wood Sam Steele from the Regina Pats and Jeffrey Viel from the Acadie Bathurst Teton. Please skate to center for ceremonial puck draw.
J'invite maintenant Sam Steele des Pats de Regina et Jeffrey Viel du Titan d'Acadie Bathurst à s'approcher du centre pour la mise au jeu protocolaire.
Coming closer. There you go. Are you ready? Hey guys. The Canadian Hockey League and 2018 Memorial Cup Host Committee would like to take this time to acknowledge and recognize that tonight's game is being played on Treaty 4 territory. At this time, please welcome
Veuillez accueillir
Tribal Chief of the Five Hills Qu'Appelle Tribal Council, Chief Ed Bellegarde, and Fred Sasakamoose from Atakaku Cree Nation with a Treaty 4 flag. In 1954, Fred was the first treaty status person to play in the National Hockey League. Will you now please rise if you are able to, remove your hats, and join Christian Blondeau alongside the Canadian Armed Forces flag party from the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry 2nd Battalion in the singing of our national anthem.
Veuillez maintenant vous lever et retirer chapeau et casquette et vous joindre à Christian Blondeau ainsi que la garde de drapeau des Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry 2nd Battalion pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix, ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
The 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup will be handed out in Regina tonight. The QMJHL champs, the Acadie Bathurst Teton, the hosts, the Regina Pats. We expect a great game. When you look at leadership, so important in these games. Both teams have great leadership, but so often you see teams, it's their best player who gets the captain. Jeffrey Viel may very well be the Teton best player, but he does more than just score goals.
Oh, this guy's everything. He's got brains, he's got brawn, he's got power, goal-scoring ability. He plays defense and single-handedly can change the complexion of a game in so many different ways. You take this shift against the Swift Current Broncos. He hits Colby Sissons. Then he runs over Tyler Steenbergen, effectively knocking him out of the tournament. In that game, 3 assists, +4 on for all 4 goals. And Mario Pouliot said, without that shift, we may not be here playing for a title this evening.
The Regina Pats worked on blocking shots on their time off, and they've been excellent at it this MasterCard Memorial Cup, and it seems to have frustrated teams. I guess that'll probably be a key for them again tonight.
Well, no question, and that's not something that they paid a whole lot of attention to throughout the course of the regular season in that 7-game series against the Swift Current Broncos. But they learned from the Broncos, if you do that, collapse in front of your goaltender, help take care of him, get good sticks and lanes, that you're going to mitigate the good scoring opportunities. So especially in the 2 games against Hamilton, kept everything to the outside, and it worked extremely well. They'll try and do that again against the tough Acadie Bathurst Teton in this game.
It is the championship game, the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Goalies will play a key factor, and tonight's starting goalies are brought to you by CI Investments. The Regina Pats in their home rink are the visiting team, and Max Paddock, he has been fun to watch, he's been fun to talk to. He's a rookie, 17 years old, hadn't even played a Western Hockey League playoff game, and he said 1 year ago he was sitting on his couch watching the MasterCard Memorial Cup, hoping maybe he could back up for the Pats this year. Well, here he is as the starter. And Evan Fitzpatrick from St. John's, Newfoundland, a St. Louis draft pick. He was traded from Sherbrooke, and the Teton took the pressure off him. They told him to take his time, regain his confidence. And his coach, Mario Pouliot, said that the Teton are a good team. They make his life easier. He's a good goalie. He makes the team's life easier. The 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup will be decided. 2 captains on the ice and steel. Jeffrey Viel, they lead their respective teams in scoring. And right away, the Pats tried to get it into the Teton end. 6 seconds, there's a whistle, they've iced it.
Libor Haya coming off his best game against the Hamilton Bulldogs a couple of nights ago, and you look at this top line, and it featured Jordan Marr at the start, and then it moved to Liam Murphy on that right side. German Rupsov gets the start with Viel and Aslan in this game.
Big face-off win for the Teton. We talked about it. Regina won 64% of the face-offs in their round-robin meeting. Teton said they would be better. They won this face-off. Can they get something to the net? That's been tough to do against the Regina Pats at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Viel's pass intended for Dobson was knocked out of play.
Looking forward to the matchup between Jeffrey Viel and Sam Steele of the Regina Pats. And a couple of years ago, he came into the league, and it was not long before they realized that this was going to be the face of the franchise here for the 4 years that he has been here. And in this tournament, we knew he was a great player, but he looks like an elite player here in this event.
Leading all scorers, 13 points in 4 games. Teton, champs of the QMJHL. Only took them 20 games to win their league championship. Here's Liam Murphy from Killingworth, Connecticut. Back to the blue line. Adam Holwell, the overager. He's from St. John's. He tried to get a shot through. It did not get through. He'll backtrack. McHale, ball. Ahead to Murphy. Quick touch. And now it's on the stick of Josh Mahura. Top defenseman for the Pats. Bradley, long shot. First test for Fitzpatrick. He makes the save. Teton moved it to the boards, but the Pats are on it again. Emil Oxinen, the import from Finland, wearing number 20. Tried to tuck it on the short side. Fitzpatrick didn't give him anything. Now Ethan Crossman. He's all by himself. Had a couple of goals against the Pats in the round robin, including the game winner. Jake Lecision couldn't reach it. Antoine Morin, he's number 88. He was the Teton leading scorer in the regular season, and now he's chasing after the puck in the corner. Big hit thrown by Mahovlich. Long shot in by Elijah Francis. That's no problem for the rookie, Max Paddock. Holmes skates to center. That's some tough ice to earn, and Morin skating well, coming in. Can't get around K.L. Fleury, who's been a tower of power on the blue line for the Pats.
Absolutely a physical beast, hitting everything that moves and hitting it hard as well. Let's take you back to the Regina Pats. Matt Bradley is a former pick of the Montreal Canadiens, and here it's Bradley who goes up the middle of the ice, a good wrist shot, and from everything we're hearing that an AHL contract may soon be in the offing, and it's Fitzpatrick who has a little trouble handling that shot off the chest.
It was a good year for Matt Bradley. Healthy year. Played in all 72 games, every playoff game. And here at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, 5 games for the Pats. They've only lost one. That one game they lost was to the Teton a week ago Sunday. Exactly 1 week ago. And it was a crazy game. 7-2 lead for the Teton in the third period. Pats came back to make it close. Pats trying to get the offense going. Jake Lecision, number 19 for Regina. He's a Vegas Golden Knights pick in the son of one-time NHLer Curtis Lecision. Crossman. Pass to Murphy. That got past him, and Josh Mahura. They'll fire it in. He's tied for the defenseman scoring lead with Noah Dobson. So maybe that will be something fun to watch tonight. Pats, they couldn't get anything down to the net. Team stingy defensively. Little different than their 14-goal game in the round robin. Crossman had a stride on the right wing side. Better be careful. Fleury's coming in, and the Carlisle, Saskatchewan native has been crunching the opposition. Dobson, long shot. That hits Crossman. Tried to spin and shoot. Rubtsov following up. He's an import from Russia, first-round pick of the Flyers. Dobson got it down there. Paddock had to struggle to make that save. There was some traffic in front of the net. Hebig was down there battling against Aslan.
Yeah, great defensive support from Hebig, who comes back to take Aslan's stick away net side.
Nick Henry, MasterCard Memorial Cup leader in goals with 5 of them, including a hat trick. He just sent it out to center. Dumped in again by the Teton. That top line for the Pats spent a lot of that shift defending. Fleury's pass off a stick. Coming to get it quickly was Oxinen. Prata, long shot. No problem for Fitzpatrick. Bradley was trying to track it down. Couldn't get there before Aslan. Jeffrey Viel lifts that up high. 6'5" defenseman Aaron Hyman, the Calgary native, jumped up to keep it in. Can the Pats take advantage of that? Viel waits along the boards. Hyman blocked his chip pass to Antoine Morin. Now the Teton, they were hemmed in. They needed a whistle. They lifted it down the ice. And they will have a face-off in their own end and won't get that change.
And it's Speaking of face-offs, Regina's so good in that area. But, you know, good teams, and Kobe Armstrong talked about it off the top here, rely on their top players. Well, both of these teams have relied on their top players. You look at Steele, Henry, and Hebig, almost 60% of the Pats' goals, and more than that for the Truchon, VL, Murphy line.
Entire group out there for the Teton. Face-off won by the Pats. Fleury's shot is won. Jordan Marr along the board. Sam Steele, he's been winning puck battles the whole time this MasterCard Memorial Cup's been going on, and wins that one down to Nick Henry. The Avalanche prospect moves it back to Hyatt. Fleury takes the shot. The captain, VL, made the block, but the Pats are on it again. VL blocks it along the boards. Now Morin will try to skate this to center ice. He'll go a little further, too. Right into the Pats' end. Wide on Fleury. Quick change going on for the Teton. Dobson rolled it to the front of the net. Justin Ducharme trying to shovel it on goal. That didn't get through. Ducharme, the rookie, number 71 for the Teton, tied up by Hyatt. Fleury, Montreal Canadiens prospect. His pass stopped at center. Samuel Asselin, he's scored in every game for the Teton. Sam Steele clears it just outside the line. Not many great scoring chances early. Two terrific teams going toe-to-toe. Gallipo, defenseman leading scorer in the QMJHL. He tests Paddock. But that was one and done for the Teton, and then Paddock covers it up.
Big argument after the top of the game. Rob Faulds talking about the rest for the Pats at 46 days off before they started this tournament. But how about rest mid-tournament here for Mario Pouliot and the Acadie Bathurst Teton? They went to the escape room. They went to the RCMP Military Museum. They went and played football, and they went and hung out and to the Rough Rider Stadium here, checked it all out, and finally said, that's enough, we need to play.
Turnover, side of the net. The Teton are trying to squeak it past Paddock, but the 17-year-old rookie stood his ground and held the pad tight and gets the whistle.
You know, when you're looking at the pre-scout for Regina, you're watching the Hamilton game and you're saying, oh yeah, a lot of shots from the outside. Really not having made it difficult for Max Paddock, who's a little slow to get up here. And we have not seen that from the Teton. They have had no issues going to the net, especially on that glove side post. They're trying to bang pucks in. They're sending bodies in there. You see L'Italien gets bumped right into Paddock, and that forces that awkward move. Remember, he had a left hip flex injury that kept him out of the playoffs. Had not played a game from March 16th until May 18th because of that injury.
That's a double whammy for Brady Puto. Knocked the Teton player into his own goalie and got a penalty. Teton, great power play in the regular season, but it's disappeared. Not very good in the playoffs. Dobson's shot is blocked, and not very good at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Just 1 for 10, but that one power play goal came against the Pats.
You can talk about timely goals, and you can talk about all kinds of things, but really 1 for 10, not particularly strong. And in these big games, the moment's so important here with the extra man, because it looks like even strength, it's going to be tough to get one.
Jeffrey VL back to the blue line. Gallipo, the two overagers, back and forth. Mahura, Steele, and speaking of Steele, he was up by the blue line, and Mahura didn't get him the pass. That would have been dangerous. Instead, the Teton set up again on the power play. Balmas leaves it for Dobson. One-time shot from Gallipo. Didn't get very much on it, but it's turned over and then lifted up too high in tight. A great chance there for Mitchell Balmas.
You know, we talked about the Regina Pats working on shot blocking during their time off, and it almost cost them here because Josh Mahura is wearing the shot blocker. It comes off and it trips him right there. And then they were unable to recover the puck, and a good chance results on it. Net side once again for the Teton.
Tighten that up. Minute 5 to go on the power play. One shot so far for the Teton. Cameron Hebig out of this faceoff. Henry comes in. Now he'll slap at it, and that's off a stick. It'll stay in play. Forces the Teton down into their own end. Adam Holwell, he was 9th in defenseman scoring for the Teton. It's a great pass in front. What a dump in that was. Adam Holwell has clearly studied these boards at the Brandt Center.
Not only that, but knowing your own personnel. Crossman, one of the fastest skaters in this game altogether, up forward there for the Acadie Bathurst Teton.
Dobson still out there for the Teton. Slides it over to Morin. He's down in the corner now. He'll go back to Dobson, who's open. Takes the shot. Holwell takes a look at the net on the stick of the young phenom. Asselin shot. The rebound's right in front. Titon banging away. Holwell. Shot is blocked by Holmes. And then he spins and clears it.
Shot blocking becoming an asset once again here for Regina.
Under 10 seconds to go on the power play. Moran tried to screen but couldn't get the shot through, and Dobson has to go to center to get the puck. Titon, 2 shots on the power play. They did not score. Puto's back on the ice, and here comes Sam Steele. Hebig goes to the front of the net. Steele shot blocked. Tried to get it back and couldn't get a shot the second time. Liam Scholler had his attempt blocked by L'Italien. Scholler again. That one's blocked in front. Both teams doing a terrific job not letting the shots through to their goalies. Biel stopped by Steele. L'Italien there to help out. Sam Steele holding it along the boards. Can't do it against those 2 Titans. Galipo. Pass up ahead. That missed L'Italien, and that is icing. We will take a break. It's the championship game, 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. No goals yet, but Titon came close.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we discovered ExploreNet. They responded right away and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible because it felt like Mom was there.
ExploreNet. Connect to what matters.
Looking for a great deal on a car? Relax. AutoTrader.ca has thousands of cars from trusted dealers in your area, so we can tell you if it's priced right. We'll even let you know if it's accident-free and only had one owner. Now how's that for relaxing?
You taped their sticks and tied their skates. You signed them up for skating and skills. You did everything to get them to the next level. At CI Investments, we support amateur hockey and getting investors to the next level. Talk to your financial advisor about CI Investments.
Medicine has changed now to the point where much of what we use is single-use disposable, and they are mainly irradiated to be sterile. This is really just a very small sampling to give you an idea of what medical isotopes do. High-dose gamma radiation, it's an excellent vehicle to guarantee you sterility. The entire process of modern surgery to mitigate the risk of infection depends on radiation.
The 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brought to you by MasterPass by MasterCard. A quick and easy way to pay online. Fast, secure, priceless.
We're in Regina, but this is a look at Bathurst, New Brunswick. A lot of fans trying to support their Teton. They want to see a first championship come back to that city, and these guys are rock stars in Bathurst. They've talked about it. It's a small community, and everywhere they go, they're recognized.
Haven't played in this event since 1999, went 0 for 3 in that MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Emil Oxenden hit by Dobson, spins and goes the other way. Fleury looks for a lane, can't get that shot through, so he just sends it in deep. His defense partner, Libor Hayek, sends it to the corner. And the Teton clear this out off the glass and into their bench.
You talk about this small town, the smallest in the Canadian Hockey League, and take you back to 1999 when 0 for 3 with just 3 goals in those 3 games. Well, that has been entirely different this time around for the Teton with their 14 goals for and a couple of wins so far for Bathurst.
Shots 5-2 in favor of the Teton. They did have a power play. No goals yet. Getting close to the midway point of the first period. Holwell skating away from Oxenden. Tries the bank pass to his favorite target, Ethan Crossman. Liam Murphy, he's in the corner. Gets it to Crossman, and it hovered into Paddock. He was okay with that off speed, made the catch.
Well, so interesting to watch Max Paddock, and I've been really fascinated by his ability to respond. You talk about not playing in 2 months. You come in, you stop 31 of 33 to essentially extend the life of your team into the next round, or at least a tiebreaker game, and then comes back and has a very difficult game, gets pulled after 2 periods against the Teton, and he has been rock solid ever since. I mean, his demeanor just never changes.
Teton much better in the face-off circle so far in this game than they were in the round robin. Marr passes to Balmas. And Balmas, who had 42 goals in the regular season to lead the Teton, can't beat Max Paddock.
No question, Balmas was one of the targets of Mario Pouliot at practice to come over and have him in his office and have that conversation off the clean win draw. Excellent opportunity to move this puck down, spin off, and get a good shot on goal.
Another face-off win for the Teton. They're chasing after it. Brady Puto from Oak Bluff, Manitoba. He's got Marr on his back. 3 Pats all waiting there, hoping that puck comes loose. Mahura digs at it. Lecitia holding his man against the boards, and it's the dangerous Josh Mahura who comes out with it. He will join the Pats on this rush. Dumped in, so he backs off. End of a shift for Mahura. Bryce Platt, number 26, had a big goal at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. He's from Regina. Aaron Hyman. Right to center ice. This is Keenan McIsaac going back, and he takes a look. Nick Henry's on the ice. Always have to be careful when he's out there. Rupsov banks it ahead. Aslan to Jeffrey Viel. Back to Rupsov. Right in there. Oh, it's off the post and out. What a chance that was for German Rupsov.
Wow, and a rocket of a shot from the Philadelphia first rounder. Viel has great vision here, because as this puck goes up ice, Viel is able to spin around and know exactly where Rupsov is. A simple chip off the boards. You see he's got his back to the play, but he knows Rupsov's there, and he unleashes a cannon that can only draw a bar.
Pats can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment. Dobson one-hops it in. Viel got a lot on that rolling puck. Rupsov behind the net. Fleury tries to move it, and Viel and Fleury. You know that Viel did his homework. Deflected. That was Viel who got a stick on it. He pokes it loose. He's done pretty much everything on this shift. Dobson can't hold it in, though. That's what we've seen from the captain of the Acadie Bathurst Teton. He was a playmaker. He had a good shot, got a nice little tip, and threw a hit against Cale Fleury, who's just been crushing opponents. Aslan brings it back to the blue line. Gallipo calmly kept it in for a moment, but now Matt Bradley. He's from Surrey, BC. Overager chasing after it. Bryce Platt around to Bradley, who centers it. Liam Murphy into the skates of first-year defenseman Mikhail Yvon. The Slovakian defenseman tried to bring it in, but the Teton are offside. Jeffrey Viel had some chances, but nobody's been able to score yet.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we discovered ExploreNet. They responded right away and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible, because it felt like Mom was there.
ExploreNet. Connect to what matters.
Arctic Spas, the only hot tubs available with Spa Boy, a revolutionary web-based automated water care system that tests and adjusts the water for you. Gone are the days of dipping strips, counting drops, a teaspoon of this, a cap of that. You deserve one. ArcticSpas.com.
Oh, fix auto. The first word that should come to mind after an accident.
I love this color, but I'm loose up here and I'm tight right here.
Go with a custom shirt and choose your look while their master tailors find your perfect fit.
I can breathe.
And you look great.
Now at Moore's, create a custom-made shirt personalized just for you.
Tailored for Canada. Tailored for you.
For the best of Rome, go to the Colosseum. But once you're there, head past Piazza Navona to the best gelato ever.
Air Transat. Vacation is calling.
behind the Acadie Bathurst bench with Mario Pouliot. Coach, you mentioned to us you wanted to develop momentum. Are you seeing that from your team?
Really happy the way we are playing. We are using our speed every time we have a chance. We are playing north. We put a lot of pressure on them. We have good time in their end, so we just want to keep going to play on that way.
You know they were going to be physical. Are you trying to respond to that physical play?
We have to be strong at one-on-one. Doesn't matter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mario Pouliot's done a great job with this group. Starts with that guy, Jeffrey Vial, whom he's had for 4 years on his team. Groomed him how he wanted the players to be on and off the ice, and now the leadership group able to police that. But so many things. He avoids negatives. For example, he doesn't say, don't miss the net. It's always make sure your shots are on goal. Like everything, he takes the negative out of it.
Yeah, and it's been a real pleasure to work with him here. And, you know, what's fascinating about him is how he's gone from a real hard coach when he first took over to a team that's gotten better, and he's lessened and he's softened just a little bit, and it's worked well with his team.
Whatever they did in the face-off circle in practice seems to be working, because they are winning the draws against the Pats, who won 64% in the round-robin meeting. Mahara, he'll have to hurry around the net, but he's so reliable. Puts it off the glass. This is going down the ice, and it is icing.
Well, you talk about those face-offs. They're tied at 7 apiece right now between these two clubs. And there's Aslan. You just cheat a little bit, you can win. And L'Italiana was good in the regular season, one of the best in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Good there. This one sets up a golden opportunity. Morant chipping in with a good win to the strong side as well. And it makes such a difference, especially when you have the last change. That if you can win draws, you can really get some matchups that you like.
Pats win this one. Looks like all those replays were offensive zone draws, so half of the Tetons face-off wins had come in the Regina end in a good spot. They lost that one, but the Pats iced it, so there'll be another one in Regina's zone.
You know, one other thing I really like about the Teton, Mario Pouliot is a details guy. So he talks about picking up the pucks. He talks about dressing nice even when you're in the hotel. He talks about splitting his group into 4 when they get off the bus to distribute all of the work evenly between the older and the younger guys. He says if you take care of the details off the ice, it will translate to doing the details on the ice.
There's another face-off win in the offensive zone. Puto did not let Dobson carry on down into the corner. This one lifted up high. Out of play, so another face-off in Regina's end.
You know, Oxen has been really good on that second line for Regina, but Noah Dobson, all eyes will be on him. Most NHL teams have ascended into Buffalo for the NHL Scouting Combine, which essentially begins tomorrow, and Noah Dobson is a guy that all of those teams have had their eye on all season long, and he's done nothing to disappoint his high ranking here in this tournament.
Rubtsov comes in to replace Aslan against Sam Steele. Libor Hayek cranks it down. It'll be kept in by Gallipo. Couldn't get it to the net. Now Gallipo will have to get back. Hebig might have a stride on it. Gallipo, he got back and cut Hebig off, but he still has the puck. Leaves it for the defenseman Hayek, who went down to the corner. Hebig's up at the blue line. Henry's shot didn't get through, and it came outside the line. Henry lets it go. Aslan can't get far. Dobson has to get back, and the Pats were scrambly at the blue line. This time they go offside. It all comes down to one last game. Will the Rockets win it at home, or will the Warriors take it a 4th trip to the finals? Game 7 tomorrow on Sportsnet 1. We're watching one game for a championship. Acadie Bathurst Teton, those beautiful maroon and gold uniforms, and the Regina Pats, a traditional white with blue and red trim. Princess Patricia Canadian Light Infantry, the Pats. Send it out to center ice. Pats have not won the MasterCard Memorial Cup since 1974. Teton never won it. Keenan McIsaac. His shot blocked in front. Ducharme looking for it. Moraes there too. The shot comes from Bulmus. That missed. Lots of traffic in front of the net. Tough to get those pucks through, but it's back in front. Pats knock it away from a danger area. And they get out of that defensive zone again without too much trouble. McIsaac Banks it over to Balmas. End of a shift for him, so he redirects it. He's off to the bench. Meantime, Puto gets it on the stick of Josh Mahura. Backhand, a good one. Cameron Hebig starts off a stick. That went up high. Sam Steele quickly on it. Over to Hebig. 41 goals in the regular season. Puto shot down to Fitzpatrick. Henry was swatting at a rebound that just wasn't there. Evan Fitzpatrick with a big save.
Well, one thing you want to do to try and open up some seams is you work it high to low, and the Pats do that extremely well here. As you're looking at 5-goal getter Nick Henry. It goes down low, then get it back up to the top. A lane opens up, and there's good inside position there as Puto, simple wrist shot to get it on goal. But Fitzpatrick was able to take it in the chest and still get the stoppage. Steele, Henry, and Hebig, the best line for Regina all tournament long.
First shot for the Pats in almost 10 minutes. Only have 3 in the game. T-Tall, they're up to 8 shots. Both teams have blocked plenty. Austin Pratt over to Oxenden. He's cut off, and Mikhail Yvon shows some patience behind the net. Let Bradley skate by him. Banks it up to L'Italien. Murphy standing still, so he did a quick give and go, and L'Italien brings it into the Regina end. 3 Pats converged on him, but he still got the puck in deep to Liam Murphy. Holwell to the open. Yvon looks at the net. Now he's got a lane. Blocker save for Paddock. Pratt banks it off the boards. That will get out to center ice, and the Tetons have looked strong. 5 days off since they last played, but that's nothing new for them. They had a couple of sweeps in the QMJHL playoffs. Sam Steele, dangerous, all MasterCard Memorial Cup. Put it right through the slot. Nobody open for the Pats.
Boy, just a hard-fought game, and it is tough to get real estate. It's tough to get shots through right now. Both teams very respectful of one another in this first period.
Asselin speeding down the left wing side. Fleury gets his body in front of Asselin. Separates him from the puck, and the defense partner Hyatt came over. Henry, Steele, Hebig, they were all coming into the Teton end, but play is stopped due to a glove pass. It's the Pats and the Teton for the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Bench time isn't break time. It's time to decide how bad you really want it. The game, the series, the cup. Time to decide if you're willing to keep pushing, keep skating, keep hitting. It's time to fuel up. Because what you do on the ice can be helped by what you do on the bench. Fuel better, perform better with Gatorade.
You Gorilla Tape that? No. Why? Gorilla Tape. Of course.
Gorilla Tape is 3 times stronger for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Okay, careful, careful, careful. Oh.
All this stuff.
Such a waste.
Gorilla Glue.
Of course.
Gorilla Glue bonds wood, stone, metal, ceramic, and more. Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
There's just been huge leaps and bounds in the technology. Cobalt has taken another step up with the development of the unit behind me called a gamma knife unit. This unit allows us to target deep inside the patient's brain, avoiding significant risks with open head surgery. Cobalt-60 is the radioactive substance that's used in these treatment units, and without the nuclear industry, we would never be using these things. They wouldn't have the activity to be able to deliver a useful dose of radiation.
Pats head coach John Paddock has been coaching for 35 years. He first stepped behind the bench during the 83-84 season when he was with the Maine Mariners of the American Hockey League. 6 weeks into the season, Tom McVie, who was the head coach, was called up by the parent club New Jersey. They called John Paddock into the office and said, "John, we need you to coach the team." He said, "Yeah, I guess so. Can I go home and talk about it?" He said, "No, we need your answer now." When I asked him about making the transition, he says, "Yeah, it was all right. I wasn't playing that well anyhow."
Well, he wins. Lots of championships on that coaching resume. Balmas off the faceoff. Paddock, as in the nephew of John, makes that save. John Paddock was asked if he's a proud uncle. He said in the hockey world, at the rink, we're coach and player. When he was asked about the great play of Max Paddock, and he simply said, goalies are supposed to stop the puck.
Pretty simple, eh? And there's the nephew of John Paddock. That would be Max Paddock. But if you look at John's coaching career, it's had a couple of different stops along the way, and very successful ones. Here with his 165 wins, essentially changing the franchise since his arrival here in Regina in the American League. 479 wins, and some time with Ottawa and Winnipeg in the NHL. 142 wins there. He's coached all over.
Pats at center. That's Liam Scholler. Wraps it into the T-tall end. Tough to get anything to the net. Maybe Austin Pratt can do it. Knocked down by Ball. Crossman lifted up high. Ball gets the rest of the job done. L'Italien chops it over to Murphy, and once again there's a hand pass.
Always a matchup, and interesting to watch what coaches are doing, especially during our TV timeouts, because they can be challenging for these teams that don't always play with the television timeouts. And this guy, even in the last game of the year, doesn't matter. He's coaching, he's looking up, he's checking it out. Little personal meeting, come down here. He's got the finger going, he's got the snap going. He's like the French Godfather. He talks in that low voice. He's got a little growl to him, and he truly loves coming to the rink. They've had to yank him out of here a couple of times while talking to us. That's how much and how in-depth the conversations have been.
He has been a pleasure to talk to and his philosophies. Faceoff will come outside the T-tall line. This is the matchup. Of course, Mario Pouliot has the last change, so he wants Sachlin, Viel, Rupchop up against Sam Steele, Cameron Hebig, Nick Henry. Libor Hayek acquired from the Saskatoon Blades. A month later, his NHL rights traded from Tampa to the New York Rangers. So a couple of trades in his young career. Hebig, right wing side, that's in on Fitzpatrick. It fell down in front of him, and he was quick enough to get to it before the Pats could.
You know, the shots going Evan Fitzpatrick's way have been very intermittent, and he hasn't been quite as sharp. We've seen a couple of them very similar to this by Regina, where they get it up into his shoulders and he can't quite control the rebound. Now, he does pounce on it to get the stoppage, but it is pretty clear what they want to do. Try and get it up into his chest, create some rebounds there, and hope that there's some trash hanging around in the blue paint area.
Offensive zone face-off for the Pats. Looked like they had won it, but the wingers for the T-tall jumped into the face-off circle and made sure it was in possession of Acadie Bathurst. Holmes hit at the blue line. Up ahead to Bryce Platt. He wants to dump it in and have Lecision. Great skater. He comes in right on Yvon. Holwell picks up the loose puck. Puto, slap shot. That's off the glass. Here come the T-tall. There's three of them in over the line. A 3-on-2. Moran drops it back for Balmas. Didn't get a shot. Pass was in his skates, and he couldn't get it to the stick quick enough. Adam Holwell, low shot and scores. The overage defenseman puts the T-tall ahead.
What a break that the T-tall catch on this goal. They've got all three of their forwards, what originally started as a 3-on-2. But watch what happens here to Balmas. As he wipes out, he actually keeps the puck in. If Mahura gets that puck up ice, it is an odd man rush by at least two for Regina. Instead, the puck stays in the zone. Holwell pinches down and finds that far post, bearing it one little dust off there to try and draw Paddock away from that low blocker side, and you cannot get a better, more accurate shot than what Holwell had there, tucking it inside the post.
St. John's, Newfoundlands. Adam Holwell, final game of junior hockey for him, the overage defenseman, one of the leaders, and he has really been active in this game.
Well, that's where he's at his best, and maybe getting away from some of that because of the pace here. But Holwell says, listen, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down playing the way that we want to play and the way we've played all year.
T-tall, so much offense from their defensemen. 350-point defensemen. Most teams in the QMJHL didn't have any with 50 points. Austin Pratt His shot off the stick of Mikhail Yvon. There were Pats going to the net too, but the defenseman Yvon made a good play to knock it out of play.
What's going on at the viewing party? Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, we got a chance. It just scores! And they all go crazy in Bathurst as their Titans take that 1-0 lead. What great support they have from that small town. And there's Adam Holwell getting a big old hug on the bench.
The 4 games, Noah Dobson, one of the first out on the bench, and Adam Holwell's not far behind. They spend some time alone out there and get themselves focused. Cameron Hebig, bothered by Samuel Aslan. Big acquisition for the Titans from Shawinigan. Puck turned over. Here's Aslan. He just went too high. Might have got it off the crossbar. He's had the hot hand here, too. He's scored in every game.
Wow, and again, another crossbar. We saw Rupsov hit one earlier in the game. That was a lot harder than this one was, and a spin from Aslan, and you can see he goes high, blocker side, and just gets the bar end out. Man, oh man, that close to it being 2-0, and that thing right there is getting worn out. You see the marks, and it looks like a goalie's pads.
Face off again, won by the Titans. Down to the corner. Ducharme, Puto, stalemate. How about Balmas to Ducharme? Tried to tuck it in on the short side. The hard work by the Titans created another great chance. Max Paddock made the save, but there's a penalty coming up.
It'll be a cross-checking call. And you know what, RJ? We've talked about this traffic in front of the net. And what have we seen from it? Well, we've seen a goal already from the Titans. But what we have seen is Puto go to the box twice for the exact same thing, and that's a cross-check. Listen, you get the opponent down there. Your job as a defenseman is to clear the zone. But when they get inside position on you, as Ducharme did there, you don't have a choice. You come back, you administer the cross-check, and once again, you're in the box. So that traffic, yes, well, it's not created a ton of offense. It has created a couple of penalties.
Tough for Puto to watch. His second penalty of the period. Last power play for the Titans looked pretty good. They had some chances, even though it has not had the great results at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Now 1 for 11. Titans set up here late in the first. Balmas, shot blocked, not cleared by the Pats. Gallipo, leading defenseman scorer in the QMJHL. He tried the shot and a confident save by Paddock.
Puto, second time in the box here for the Regina Pats, and he goes into the box and he knows the power play is good. He says, I can't watch this. I cannot watch it. And this is during play. So nervous here about what's on the line in this championship game.
That was a long 28 seconds for Brady Puto. Titans, they'll control again here on the power play. Gallipo over to Noah Dobson. On the stick of German Rupsov, all the way down to the corner. Dobson trying to get open. He'll take the pass. Gallipo, one-time shot, blocked by Fleury. Lesician can't get to it. Fleury's got it. Tries a backhand. That'll be good enough to split the defense. Get it out to center. Dobson waits for everybody to get onside. Pass missed Balmas, and Fleury gets it all the way down the ice this time. Sam Steele. Fitzpatrick had to move that puck. Don't want to turn it over to him. Gallipo ahead to Morin. Morin had an assist on the Holwell goal, but the Titans can't get much over center. Noah Dobson had the puck bounce, and Sam Steele still zipping around in that Titan end, making it difficult for them to get into the Pats zone. Here they come now over center. Gallipo to Murphy. The defenseman Gallipo goes to the front of the net. The rebound was there. Crossman chips it to Morin. Shot too high on the glove side. Gallipo can't get it back to the blue line. Knocked down by Morin. What a play. And he put it in front to Murphy, who redirected it just wide. Crossman cut off by Henry. Bradley throws a big hit on Morin, and that allows the Pats to clear it down the ice, and that will do it for the penalty to Brady Puto. One shot for the Titans on that power play. Holwell tried to make the rush all the way through. Hebig hit him, and Sam Steele speeds the other way for Regina. His backhand's too high. Hayek, bouncing puck, couldn't control it cleanly, and Holwell was right there to make sure Hayek couldn't advance any farther. Final 30 seconds of the first period. Championship game. Sam Steele Got it to the front of the net. Hebig trying to steal it. Yvonne took too much time. Here comes Hebig. His shot stopped by Fitzpatrick. And just as the whistle went, the puck trickled loose.
Wow, the fans don't like that it was such a quick whistle, and we've seen this from Fitzpatrick all game long. Shots that are getting up into his chest. He's having trouble getting it cleanly. We'll have a listen here as he makes the save, and then the whistle comes shortly thereafter. And the drop net side right down by his glove there, and a little tap in the rear end for his defenseman saying, hey, thanks for helping me out.
Pats, 18.7 seconds left. Big face-off if they want to even this up before the end of the period. Lesishin against Staslan. And Lesishin is out of the face-off. Crowd not happy again. Bradley Aslan gets it down to the corner. Rubtsov chips this down into the Regina end. The puck bouncing, going slow. Mahara has to go in. Viel's right on his heels. Puck turned over. Titon. They won't get a shot, and then it's moved to center by Lesishin. And Dobson gets it on his stick, and that will do it for the period. First period of the championship game at the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. And the champs from the QMJHL. The Acadie Bathurst Teton have a slim lead after a period. 1-0. Thanks to the goal from Adam Holwell. Rub that lucky beard. Coming up in the first intermission, we'll hear from Jeff, Colby, and Todd and have a feature on Pat's captain, Sam Steele.
Series between two Titans down to one. Last game. Warriors Rockets Game 7. Tomorrow on Sportsnet 1.
MasterPass is a fast way to pay, which is great when your wife goes on a last-minute girls' weekend. That opens a door for a last-minute boys' weekend. With a simple press of a button, it'll just be you and the guys. And when the guys are your sons, priceless. Pay with MasterPass when you book a flight on aircanada.com. Don't just buy it, MasterPass it.
Linux makes the quietest system you can find. So even though it's the most powerful force in your home, it won't sound like it is.
What do you call a rewards program that makes life easier? That helps you make the most of every day and gets to know you? That helps you earn more Canadian Tire money more often and lets you use it at more places. That earns rewards fast, like really fast, and lets you cash in for free stuff on the spot. That's easy. We call it Triangle. Life made easier. More Canadian Tire money at more places.
The closer you get to home, the more you know the commute is worth it. For all the work you pour into this place, you sure get a lot more out of it. You and that John Deere tractor, so versatile, you can keep dreaming up projects all the way home. It's a longer drive, but just like a John Deere, it's worth it. Nothing runs like a Deere. Own a one-family tractor for as low as $120 a month, starting at $12,480 with 0% APR ACR for 84 months.
Imagine a place where hydro is public, and we pay less for it. Where no one skips their medication because they can't afford it. Where new graduates have less debt and more opportunities. A place where everyone can get dental care and seniors can live in dignity. Now imagine a leader who asks the very rich to pay a little more to make this happen. I'm Andrea Horvath. For me, it's not a dream, it's a plan. Change for the better.
Welcome back to Regina. Acadie Bathurst lead the Regina Pats 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Adam Holwell with the lone goal for the Tetons. Welcome back inside the Brandt Center. Jeff Merrick along with you. Over the past 10 days, we've learned a lot about hockey. We've learned a lot about Saskatchewan. And now that I think about it, it's a lot about what Colby Armstrong has told us about this province and this sport for a long time. It's not just about hockey. It's about family, it's about community, and it's about support. We all learned that through the Humboldt Broncos tragedy. Here's Stephen Brunt on what hockey means to Saskatchewan.
Of course, now they come from everywhere. From Moscow and Toronto, from Tampere and Ernstkolsvik, from Scottsdale, Arizona. But this is the immaculate landscape, the game's mythic heartland. The place that bore the Howes and the Bentleys, that produced hockey card faces carrying old-fashioned names like Wendell and Elmer and Bert. Vast stretches of flat, snowy whiteness, cross-hatched by dark prairie roads, and in some places, where those lines intersect, houses, a grain elevator, a rink. You don't have to have seen it in the flesh. Close your eyes, and it's there.
I thought of the clear light on your hands and on the wood in a church in Saskatchewan.
A century ago, in the wake of the most convulsive and horrific event in human history, a trophy was donated in memory of those who did not come back. Some things are, and should be, beyond compare. It's no exaggeration to suggest, in those years, the tendrils of grief from the Great War directly or indirectly snaked into nearly every Canadian home.
I could not fire, and I don't know why. Then I knew the truth.
But what was true then is true now and forever. There is nothing sadder than young lives lost. Healing is a word that's easy to toss around at a distance. It's more that, with wounds still raw, life continues, profound and trivial, routine and full of surprises.
I thought of a farm and the work to be done.
In a hockey place, in the hockey place, that means they'll be dropping the puck once more. The best junior teams from all corners of this country competing for a trophy that is as difficult as any in sport to win.
In a church, Saskatchewan.
Today's best will be joined by the memory of those who have gone before. Great teams and great players, some of whom are now part of hockey's pantheon. They're kids. They were kids who live and lived to play this game.
Beautiful piece by Stephen, music by Rio Statics, Colby Armstrong and Todd Warner. Wendell, Elmer, Bert, and Colby. Tell us about, without crying, tell us about playing hockey in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, man, you know what? I love being from here, and I try to represent my province the best I can anywhere I've been and through my career, and I'm so proud to be from here. And I think you guys have experienced that here, Todd. Just the event, the people we've met, the communities where everyone has come in here from in this province, and that's Saskatchewan. Small communities, and hockey everywhere you go. That's the way it is.
We used to hear about it from Colby all the time. That was the joke, but now we experienced it, so it's been tremendous and treated great. We should probably thank the Keg staff next door. When we haven't been here, we've been there, but great week, competitive tournament, and had a great time.
It's been a great 10 days here in Saskatchewan, specifically in Regina. 1-0 Acadie Bathurst after 20 minutes of play. Adam Holwell with the lone goal. Up close and personal with Sam Steele of the Regina Pats when we return to the Brandt Center.
You want some? Come get some!
You know what real service from a bank means? Whoa! It means coming to me with advice. When I want. Where I want.
Ooh, love it.
It means having your back with fraud alerts. Yep, it's us. And when I'm going on vacation, I can get foreign cash delivered right to my door.
Let's go!
You know where you gotta go for that kind of service? My bank. Aeroporto, per favore.
CIBC. Banking that fits your life.
Cooper tires on the ground, go round and round, round and round, round and round. Tires on the car are warranty. And what you need, the tires on the car help keep you safe. They grip the road when you hit the brakes.
Your tires matter, so count on Cooper, an American company since 1914.
The tires on the ground go round and round.
It's Tim Hortons' newest indulgence, made with chocolatey syrup, whipped topping, and mini chocolate chips. It's a refreshing new treat. Introducing Tim Hortons Chocolate Chip Ice Cap.
From novice all the way to junior, you always seek out the best coaching because to be the best, you need the best advice. To get the right strategy for your investment portfolio, talk to your financial advisor about CI Investments.
Introducing the world's first self-winding string trimmer, the new Ego string trimmer with power load technology. Feed the line. Push the button. And get back to work. With an industry-first carbon fiber shaft, lawn care has never been this easy or this powerful. The new Ego Power Plus string trimmer with power load technology, exclusively at the Home Depot and Ego authorized dealer.
Have a look at Sam Steele, captain of the Regina Pats. No shots on goal in the first period. He does lead this tournament with 13 points, 11 of those points assists. One of the best playmakers in the entire CHL is Sam Steele. You know, Sam Steele, in a lot of ways, represents everything it is to be a Regina Pat. That type of skill, that type of determination. Your thoughts quickly on what we've seen so far from Sam Steele?
Well, first round pick a few years ago, and what we're seeing is everything he's been advertised as and over his junior career. Right here, just summed up into this Memorial Cup. When the puck's on his stick, something's going to happen. We've seen him manipulate defenders and making them go where he wants, and it's just like he's on another level with his hockey IQ, his playmaking, and oh, his hands, Jeffy. He's got those those hands that you could just stick handle in a phone booth. We see him here tonight, and if anything's going to happen for the Pats, it's likely to be off of his stick.
I'll say this, he looks a little frustrated. That was a tough period for him, maybe the most dangerous of the Pats, but they only generate 5 shots as a team, and it's a tough ask. When you got Gallipo and Dobson and all these guys Holwell up ice all the time, forwards got to track those guys back, and so he looks a little frustrated to me at the end of that period.
And towards the end of that period, you saw Jeffrey Vial go right at him when there was that whistle in the Evan Fitzpatrick's pads there. So no easy feat for Sam Steele so far. But here's someone who, that even though his career is very young, has already checked a lot of boxes. Sam Steele has been drafted first round by the Anaheim Ducks. He's won World Junior Gold with Team Canada, but he still has one more box to check, and that's to lead the Regina Pats to a MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Here's the hometown guy, Anaheim first round pick, creativity, speed, skill. He's the guy that has all the answers for this Regina Pats team, and he's the guy that they're going to lean on.
We've known about this tournament for a long time, and since we lost out, we've been preparing and grinding really hard.
Sam Steele.
We talk about him after every game, and rightfully so.
He's a guy who's the leader of their team. He's their top centerman down the middle of the ice.
Steele's open, one-time shot, he scores! They do! They've tied it!
And the Regina Pats are on the board at the 100.
We had, somewhat of a tough start to the season. And then, post deadline, we started getting things going. We just, didn't really slow down, just keep getting better and better. And I think, we were playing some of our best hockey at the end of the year. It was a tough series with Swift Current, really close. So I think it just shows that we can play here.
Vulture comes out. He's got to get back in. He's fallen down. Steele scores. Sim Steele. The Regina Pats are headed to the championship game at the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup.
And that's the way that John's been putting it. Every game's like a Game 7. It's such a short term that every game, every period, every shift really matters.
What he's done in this tournament, single-handedly, the performances that he's putting on game in and game out.
If you're an Anaheim Ducks fan, you'd be excited about the Regina Pats. Sam Steele, a first-round draft pick.
There's not a whole lot of time to think about everything, and I gotta just live in the now right now and make the most out of this tournament because it's the only chance that we're gonna get.
The closer you get to home, the more you know the commute is worth it. For all the work you pour into this place, you sure get a lot more out of it. You and that John Deere tractor, so versatile, you can keep dreaming up projects all the way home. It's a longer drive, but just like a John Deere, it's worth it. Nothing runs like a Deere. Own a one-family tractor for as low as $120 a month, starting at $12,480 with 0% APR ACR for 84 months.
I could do it myself.
Dad, I got this.
Hey, can you help me with this? Thought you knew how to do that. Yeah, but I can't do it like you.
Here's to the guy who taught you everything. Happy Father's Day from Moore's.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
You know she's having a boy, right?
Need to make a quick switch? We thought about that.
Ciao.
Need a little more room? We thought about that.
Hold on, Jill's texting me.
Need to stay connected?
You have a message from Jill.
We even gave that a thought, too. Buick Encore and Buick Envision, part of Buick's 3 SUV lineup. During Buick's bonus tag event, get $1,500 bonus cash on most new 2018 Buick vehicles. Visit a dealer today.
It's the KFC Go Bucket with your pick of popcorn chicken, original recipe tenders, and Kentucky flatbread, all for just $3.49. And it's finger-licking good.
Life can be mighty monotonous. Everything still so doggone.
We designed Twist Face to deliver straight distance to every golfer. But what we didn't count on was making every course marshal feel somewhat underutilized. It's gonna be a long season. Twist Face, only in the M3 and M4 drivers from TaylorMade.
This Father's Day, give straight distance by visiting Golf Town, your experts in everything golf.
The 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brought to you by MasterPass by MasterCard. A quick and easy way to pay online. Fast, secure, priceless.
1-0 Acadie Bathurst after 22nd period is straight ahead. All throughout the tournament, we've highlighted by decades the Memorial Cup champions. We are into the final stretch now. 2017, the Windsor Spitfires win the 99th Memorial Cup. This was an outstanding squad. Now, they did lose in the opening round of their OHL playoffs, but much like Regina this year, they waited, they trained, they got ready, they got hungrier, and they won, fueled by players like Michael DiPietro, Mikhail Sergachev, Logan Brown, head coach Rocky Thompson. He's now with Chicago. They defeat the Erie Otters in an all-OHL final. 4-3 is the score there to capture their third MasterCard Memorial Cup in the last 9 seasons. I can still hear them chanting MVP for Michael DiPietro. It was a fantastic night for Windsor Spitfires, their fans, and certainly Warren Reichel's squad. Let's head now ringside. Rob Falls with the goal scorer, Adam Holwell.
Adam, you outshot Regina 12-5 in the opening period. Do you feel you're really dictating the tempo of the game to this point?
We're not trying to focus too much on that right now. The talk in the dressing room was all about the next period, what we got to do, keep up the forecheck. We're doing great with that. Use our speed and keep going for the second. We're not worried about what happened in the first.
So the key now then is just the pressure in the Regina zone.
Yeah, our forecheck in the neutral zone and especially in the O zone, really happy with that in the first period, and we look to continue that in the second.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Ready to go for period number 2, RJ Broadhead and Sam Cosentino.
Rob, clearly, Adam Holwell, one of the leaders of the team, keeping everybody grounded, everybody centered. By no means is a 1-0 lead comfortable, but it was a good period for the Tetons.
He's got the Reggie Dunlop going, the player-coach angle for Holwell.
He might be a coach in the future. Still lots of hockey in Adam Holwell's career. So the Pats are trailing 1-0, but they've got it in the Teton end. Hyatt gets away from VL, tried to get it to the front of the net. Now VL has stolen it. He's got Aslan with him. It's a 2-on-1. The shot is stopped by Max Paddock.
VL was hounded up the ice after he escaped in that 2-on-1. It took him a little while to get his legs beneath him. He finally did so just past center ice. This is some tough. Look at Fleury. Hacks him once, then he goes wide to keep his line mate onside. And it was Aslan who was skating down. You could tell what VL was trying to do here. He was trying to go low pad. He didn't get it quite low enough, and Paddock was able to get that good glove on it.
Also making sure they got something out of the 2-on-1. Got it on net. The rookie goalie made a good save. That puck is loose in the Pats end, so Brady Puto cleared that. Now McIsaac has to be careful. The speedy Robbie Holmes from Sherwood Park right on in. No problem for McIsaac. Got the puck out. The Pats have it back. And here's Josh Mahura. Holmes cut off by McIsaac. Pats swat at it. Lecision couldn't get it back inside the Teton end. Paddock leaves it for Puto. He won't have much time to work. Balmas was right on him. Josh Mahura taking his time, waiting for someone to open up. Mahovlich at the end of the shift did. Just rolls it into the Teton end, and now Acadie Bathurst. They're shifting to offense. Crossman rolls it in. Didn't realize everybody else was on a change, so there was no forecheck from the Teton. Bradley rolls it down for Pratt. McIsaac still out there for the Teton. Pratt pinned up against the boards. Bradley thought he was going to walk away out of the corner with the puck. McIsaac took it back, and here's the speedy Crossman from Sackville, New Brunswick. He bumps hard with shoulder. Puck centered, but it's off the skate of Matt Bradley, and the veteran player for the Pats up ahead to Oxinen. Yvon, import from Slovakia. Oxinen, import from Finland. Adam Holwell spins away from Pratt. That's a smart play. Got him some time, and Crossman up to center. Lifts a backhand up high. Paddock lets it go to the corner. VL's back on the ice. Fleury trying to contain him. Balmas over skates. Moran gets it back to the blue line. The shot goes off the stick. It's in front to Balmas. What a save by Paddock. Balmas, the leading goal scorer for the Teton in the regular season, was robbed. Dobson back down low. Another save by Paddock. Balmas swats at it, but Max Paddock has kept his team within one.
Boy, oh boy, Mitch Balmas struggling to get on the board here. He does have one assist, and he's not going to get many better opportunities than this. I mean, it is on a platter for him. He takes some time to spin to the backhand, tries to just lift it, and it rolled up on him at the last second. He got it up towards the middle of the net, but had he been able to get it far down, it would have been 2-0 for the Teton. But that's the type of tournament it's been for the 42-goal scorer.
Face-off win. Murphy, a deflected shot. Letellier digs it loose. The rebound was there. The Pats were desperate. They didn't let the Teton take a shot with their goaltender down. Acadie Bathurst coming close to increasing their lead. Francis, a low shot. That's stopped by Paddock. Busy period for Max Paddock, but he has been excellent.
Wow, after that beautiful diving forward save on Balmas, it's Paddock who has to get the help of his defenseman here. Well, it's both Lecision and Mahavlich. Both guys stick down. 3 guys there. Puto in the mix as well. This puck is lying there for L'Italien. Look at those 3 Regina bodies all over him, taking his stick away effectively without taking a penalty.
How's that for defensive work? Lecision and Mahavlich, 2 forwards. Down deep to tie up L'Italien. Titon, another face-off win. Ducharme, back to Gallipo. Dobson waits, doesn't shoot, makes the pass to Morin. Robbie Holmes loses it to Balmas. Into the skates of Ducharme. Lecision working along the boards. Ducharme didn't let Lecision get the puck out. Mahura will do it himself. Josh Mahura leads the rush into the middle of the ice. Hit by Ducharme before he can shoot. Right back the other way. The defenseman Gallipo lead the Teton. Off the end boards. Scholler, Gallipo, they collide. Pass over to Balmas out of his reach. Here's Olwell. Look for a chance to get it through. Balmas does, though. Paddock, good rebound control. Knocked it to the corner. Teton on it again. Balmas another shot. That might have been off the mask.
Oh, yeah, it went way, way high up. And, you know, the thing that Mario Pouliot said yesterday to Balmas, hey, you're a shooter, shoot. Well, he has not missed many opportunities to shoot in this game.
Best chances he's had at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Teton coming in waves. Viel pass across the Rubtsov. The Pats break it up. Now they've got their big line out there. Cameron Hebig chasing after it. Adam Holwell takes a look. He knows he's out on the ice for the Pats. Here's Dobson. Such a good skater right up the middle. The pass goes to Viel. Shot didn't get through. That one didn't get through either from Morin. Knocked out of play.
Really good sticks there by the Regina Pats defensively to knock a couple of pucks away from Max Paddock. But Paddock has had to be sharp so far in this second period. He has been pelted, and here's another one. A bullet by Balmas off of that right shoulder, just missing. We've seen a couple of crossbars already from the Teton. We've seen a lot of high shots up on Max Paddock as well.
First 4 minutes and 20 seconds. 5-on-5 in this period. Shots are 7-0 for the Teton. Gallipo behind the net. L'Italien gets tangled up with Bradley. The ball comes down from the blue line. Runs into Pratt. Bradley trying to dig it off the boards. Libor Hayek speeds behind his net, hoping to find some open ice. Pass intercepted by Gallipo. Teton transition again. Murphy can't reach the pass in the corner. Here's Oxenden. Crossman can't catch him. Little help there from Ival. That play's broken up too. L'Italien moves it past Oxenden outside into the neutral zone. Gallipo, QMJHL Defenseman of the Year. Here's Ethan Crossman. Josh Mahura took the puck away from him immediately. This won't get out. Balmas across to Aslan. Crossman took a swipe at it, but the Pats dove and blocked that pass. Mahura, he's pressured by Aslan. Henry, shot blocked. No shots in the period for the Pats. German Rubtsov. Balmas in front of the net. Slows it down, gives it to Noah Dobson. Summerside, Prince Edward Island. Lofted it in on goal. Might have been hoping for a redirect. Easy save for Paddock. 25 years ago, they brought Stanley home. Sportsnet presents 24 Together, an oral history of Montreal's 1993 championship. It's tomorrow. Get inside the story by downloading the podcast and checking out the big read on sportsnet.ca.
What a start here to this period for the Teton. They have been absolutely relentless, coming in waves, line after line, pelting Max Paddock.
Shots are 20-5 in the game. No shots in the period for the Pats. They have been outshot 8-0 in the second period.
If you look at shot totals going back to the semifinal game against Hamilton, I mean, it was a situation where Hamilton had 46 shots. And Max Paddock played extremely well. Now, they were happy that a lot of those shots came from the outside. But Regina was able to generate shots in that game. They haven't been able to do that in this one.
Keenan McIsaac. That's a funny hop off the glass. Teton were wise to it. Moved it ahead to Ducharme. Trying to go wide on Hyman. Scholler comes over to help out his defense partner. McIsaac, the defenseman, all the way down in the corner. Teton defensemen have been extremely active in this game, and it's not a surprise. A lot of their offense comes from their defense. Antoine Morin works in front of the net. Cross ice on the stick of Francis. That came close. Morin, he circles around again. That's to Rubtsov right in. Big save for Max Paddock. Wow. Morin, dangerous shift for him. Drops it off to Marr. In the corner, Francis. It got deflected and trickled to Max Paddock, and he squeezed the pads before it could sneak in the net. We're going to take a break. Max Paddock definitely needs one. The Teton all over the pads, but they only lead 1-0.
Somebody needs a bigger boat.
You think?
Auto Trader has boats, cars, bikes, and more. Or what about an RV?
Somebody hasn't read the book.
Visit autotrader.ca.
Lennox makes the quietest system you can find. So even though it's the most powerful force in your home, it won't sound like it is.
It's Tim Hortons' newest indulgence, made with chocolatey syrup, whipped topping, and mini chocolate chips. It's a refreshing new treat. Introducing Tim Hortons Chocolate Chip Iced Cap.
Trace Deli appreciates that you live by your own rules. When the world zigs, you zag. You march to the beat of your own drum. Never letting fear stand in your way. You embrace the new without forgetting the old. You live for today without losing sight of tomorrow. You have what it takes to cook fearless.
Behind the Pats bench with John Paddock. John, Sam Cosentino referred to the Acadie Bathurst right now as relentless. Were you expecting this kind of pressure from them?
Well, we know they're going to pressure. We know they can skate, so we're obviously, that's what they do. That's their game, but we're not doing much to counteract. We're not being strong enough for the puck or fast enough to the puck.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
That message delivered to the Pats. They're a veteran group, too. They're standing up there. Want to get something going. Haven't managed a shot in the period. An outshot 11-0 in the second. But it's only 1-0 for Acadie Bathurst.
Well, that's it. After a while, you want to accomplish something. You need to get something on the scoreboard, because with guys like Sam Steele, it can quick strike the other way.
Another face-off win. It's to the front of the net again. Puck is loose. Teton could not get to it. They have it now. Dobson, a shot. That's in there. Rebound. Rubtsov can't score on Paddock. Rubtsov banks it back. He was hoping to find Dobson, and now the Teton have to head back. Another close call.
Wow, Max Paddock, so solid back there. It's tough to believe that at his age he's been so calm.
We mentioned he's a rookie. He's 17 years old. Here's Viel, most dangerous Teton. Can't get the shot through. This is whistled around the boards. Gallipo there in plenty of time. Lofts one that hits Aslan. Sam Steele chips it out. The top line for the Pats is out there, but they're defending. Knocked into the Pats end. Steele up the middle, can't get the pass. Viel moves it to a spot where Rubtsov can track it down, and the heavy-hitting Cale Fleury stops him. In the corner, Viel, wrist shot, save for Paddock. Viel gets it again. There's another shot that lifted up too high. Henry and Dobson, kept in by L'Italien. In the middle, Murphy, that shot is blocked. L'Italien throws it to the corner. Rubtsov's been out there for a while, leaves it for Murphy. Sidesteps the hit from Fleury, who's fallen down. This group of Pats is haggard. They're exhausted. And it's the top line that has spent this entire shift defending. Gallipo keeps it in. Sam Steele Trying to get an opportunity to get to the red line. Can't do that, but he gets to the bench, and here come the Teton again. Crossman, he's going to walk right in. Paddock saves the day again.
He must have been at the Loverboy concert because the kid is hot tonight.
Teton, here they are. One more time. Is this the time? Dobson pass to Crossman. Backs. Paddock. Sensational save.
Wow. Every Pats player on the ice, if they weren't so tired, should have gone and tapped the pads of Max Paddock. He has been simply brilliant in this game and is keeping it a game right now. This relentless attack continues from the Teton. Crossman in alone. He can't slip it through the 5-hole. Paddock there, yeah, no problem. And then, like a bad house guest, the defenseman from the Teton, they simply won't leave. They keep pinching it. They get it in there. Paddock once again with another big stop in goal for Regina.
Pats still don't have a shot in the period.
Wow. This is, I mean, I haven't seen this kind of domination in a long time.
Mahura up to Holmes. Kaiser stops him. Now he's on the wrong side of the blue line. Bradley's forced to dump it in. Pats didn't wait long enough. Mahura, he was anxious, veteran player. He can create offense. Wanted to jump in there, but Pats are offside.
Wow, Evan Fitzpatrick, he's just been chilling back there. I mean, with 6 minutes left before the Teton had to come back out on the ice, he's there, he's visualizing, he's checking it out, he's just hanging out all by himself. Yeah, he's tapping the gloves, he's bending over, and now he's come out in here for 8:59, pretty much doing the same thing.
Almost 50 minutes. That's time of day, not hockey time, since Evan Fitzpatrick has faced a shot. Pats are only down by one. Only takes one shot to tie this game. Problem is, they don't have any in the period. Moran right in on Hyman. Here's Mahura trying to get some open ice. That's been tough to come by. Black rolls it into the Teton. The crowd here at the Brandt Center in Regina are cheering Go Pats Go. They want to spark their team, get them going here. They don't want them to fall any further behind.
Well, I have to give him a lot of credit for being energetic and being engaged, and a lot of that falls on Max Patrick. Meanwhile, his counterpart, Evan Fitzpatrick, his last save, and you got to roll back the clock well into that first period. That was a shoulder stop, and that was the one where the fans got upset because the whistle they thought was blown a little too early.
Offensive zone, Steele's line with Henry, and Hebig comes out. Steele wins the faceoff. Henry chips it back to Hayek. Doesn't shoot at the net. There might have been a lane, too. Viel up to Balmas. Asselin. He's there as well. And Hebig comes up with it for the Pats. Gets it on the stick of the captain. That's Sam Steele. Hebig goes to the front of the net. Puck comes over to the near side. Hayek had to come down from the blue line to try to keep things going for the Pats. They've got to get something to the net. Henry can't handle the bouncing puck. It comes outside the line. Sent in by the Pats. Steele closing on Dobson. Noah Dobson trying to use that great speed and long reach, and Steele was right with him, so he reversed it to Gallipo, who makes a great pass. Haslin makes a great move. Sidestep the hit. Rubtsov. His shot blocked by Scholler. Gallipo at the blue line. That's a low one. Gets to the front of the net. Asselin. Rolling puck just could not control it, and it's knocked out of play. Teton. They were trying to get a penalty called. No penalty coming. Max Paddock has stolen the show tonight.
So good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup. That is how we brew it up.
Cool. How do you make the donuts? Give Mommy a minute. You little liar.
Order from your favorite restaurants with the most free delivery options. Skip the dishes. The food you want, delivered.
On opening night of this 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup, the Regina Pats wore this commemorative jersey. It salutes the Princess Patricia Canadian Light Infantry. And these jerseys, game worn, are up for auction, with all proceeds going to the Dominion Command Poppy Fund to help veterans and their families. Go chl.ca, follow auctions, and maybe one of these terrific jerseys could be your souvenir from the MasterCard Memorial Cup in Regina. Sam, RJ?
Gorgeous sweaters. Pats won the opening game in those. They beat the Hamilton Bulldogs. Close one there. A lot of close games at this 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. There's Evan Fitzpatrick. Gets a quick touch. Long shot. Fitzpatrick the save. And the crowd cheers. Took them over half a period, almost 11 minutes to get a shot on goal, but there's another one. And Fitzpatrick, a quick flinch, but it's another save for the Teton goaltender.
Well, John Paddock was some kind of fired up at the commercial break. He was up and down that bench. He had the head bobbing and weaving, and I think he gave it to his guys and said, enough's enough already. And it's two shots that cause all kinds of havoc here for Evan Fitzpatrick, and the second being the most dangerous, with Fleury simply getting it through. Steele creating a little traffic. Gallipo trying to box him out, but Fitzpatrick a little more sure of himself and getting the stoppage there.
Shots in the period now 17-2. No goals in the second, Teton. That one goal in the first period, it came from Adam Holwell, the defenseman. Balmas chips it past Mahura. He's tracked down by Moran. Balmas will bring it into the Pats in. Shots off a leg. Balmas gets it off the boards. Open at the blue line, Zibon. That shot is blocked by Platt. Zibon gets it again. Jordan Marr into the corner. Balmas. That's to the side of the net. Max Paddock, confidence in his defense to get it out of there. He was hugging the post on that short side. Zibon up to center. Ducharme couldn't receive the pass, and the Teton have iced it. This is the championship game of the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. The Acadie Bathurst Teton, champions from the QMJHL. Top team in the round robin. Haven't played since Tuesday. You wouldn't know it, though. They have been great in this game. They have peppered the rookie Max Paddock. Adam Holwell, the only goal, though. Shots are 29-7. The host Pats had those 45 days off. They played great. 3-1. The only game they lost in the round robin was to these Teton. Pats seem to be coming on now in the period. There's another shot. Henry stopped by Fitzpatrick. Cameron Hebig, Oilers prospect, gets it up to Henry. He's bumped by Avon. Holwell glides back, takes a look, and it's Sam Steele right there. Holwell was careful to keep possession of it. Chips it past Henry, back out to center. Fitzpatrick tried to stop it behind his net, didn't stop it and lost his stick, but no problem. Teton sent it into the Regina end. Stick in hand in Fitzpatrick's in the far zone. Teton to the front of the net. Rubtsov gets it to BL. Mahura trying to contain the power forward. Bradley can't chip it past Gallipo, and he one-offs it in on Paddock. Didn't know where it was. Popped loose, and he reacted quick. Knocked it to the corner, and now Mahura under pressure. Up to Bradley. His turn to try to get it out. Pats are just batting at it, trying to move it outside the line, but they can't do it.
The Bathurst Teton defense, they just won't leave.
This is lifted up over Noah Dobson, but all the Pats could do. A long change in the second period. There were all kinds of white sweaters darting to the bench to get a breather. Platt came in on the forecheck. Lecision speeds in. He's knocked down behind the goal. Plenty of support there for the Teton. Holmes trying to power it to the front of the net. Teton keeping the Pats to the outside. Dobson. Platt's in there. Holmes is in there. Crowd getting loud at the Brandt Center. Hayek, front of the net. Tall, defend well again. Foot race for the puck. Crossman's had a few chances. 2-on-1 developing across. What a save by Paddock. Another great chance. And he stopped the L. Pats come the other way. Precision a shot. That's off his stick and went wide. Mats Paddock. Oh, what a story. He's been unbelievable. 17-year-old rookie. He's been peppered in the period. Shots are 30-8. 18-3 in the period. 3 Pats over the line. It's their top line. Pass came to the front of the net. Great defensive play by Holwell. Sends it up to Murphy. He takes a look around. He's by himself. Decides to dump it in. End of the shift for him. Hebig. Did he get a touch? He did. So it's not icing. Mikhail Yvon trying to hurry to get away from Hebig. He's upended. Puck turned over. Steele's alone in front. Sam Steele can't shoot. Hesland came back. Little help from Yvon too. And the most dangerous Pat was alone in front for a moment but couldn't get it on goal.
Wow, good back pressure there.
Sam Steele thought he was all alone, and Hesland came back. Didn't even let him get it on goal.
You know what real service from a bank means? Whoa! It means coming to me with advice. When I want. Where I want.
Ooh, love it.
It means having your back with fraud alerts. Yep, it's us. And when I'm going on vacation, I can get foreign cash delivered right to my door.
Let's go!
You know where you gotta go for that kind of service? My bank. Aeroporto, per favore.
CIBC. Banking that fits your life.
We figured we'd start our tractor commercial with a shot of grain pouring through a man's fingers. Can't forget to show a country music band. And a flaxen-haired boy running with a kite. Then we remembered, we're no ordinary tractor company. So we don't make those commercials. At Kubota, there's only one thing we're selling: great equipment.
The star of Jackass invites you to a place
Exit point is now open!
where rules go to die. On June 1st.
We're gonna make this place fast and loose. This looks kind of dangerous. You ready?
This place should be closed down.
Johnny Knoxville. Action Point. Only in theaters June 1st.
Coming into tonight, the Pats have been outshot in 3 games at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. They've won all 3, but this is pretty lopsided. Shots are 30-8. The only thing is Pats are only down by 1.
No, and it's because of Adam Holwell that the Bathurst Teton have been able to take advantage of all that time of possession and all those shots on goal. Really good delay by Holwell right here. Pulls Max Paddock a little too far to the glove side. Once the puck gets to him, and that little tiny delay right there opens up the lane for Holwell to get it through and score the game's only goal.
Pats have it in the Teton. Top line out again. Hebig and Aslan. The whistle went. Crowd's loud, and it was Hebig on that faceoff. Didn't appear to have any interest in winning the faceoff.
No, and very lucky he didn't take a slashing call there.
Samuel Aslan is a good player. We saw that great defensive play. He's scored in every game, and he can get under the top player's skin. Good face-off win. Mahura, slap shot. Missed the net. Steele tried to center it. He steals the puck. Here's Henry. Low shot. That's wide. How about Hayek? He tries a shot. That's on goal. The save. The rebound. Steele. Now it's Mahura's turn. Crowd senses something here. Mahura to Hayek. That's too high. And it'll come outside the line, and Mahura has to chase it down in his own end. Pass out of the reach of Hayek. Henry going back. He's not going to beat the swift Noah Dobson, so it is icing.
So Hebig takes the original draw, no interest in it, whacks Aslan stick out of the way, and then I think Aslan tried to do the same thing to Steele, although he missed completely, and that allowed the Pats to get a couple of really good shots the way of Evan Fitzpatrick. Steele loses it there in the backhand. Hebig gets pushed and falls right on top of Evan Fitzpatrick thereafter. And the Pats just trying to generate something, anything, traffic, get in the way of Fitzpatrick, because doing that has been oh so difficult this game.
A push there from the Pats. Top line still out there after the icing. Titon, scrum draw, they bat at it. Hayek to an open spot, that'll get to center. Gallipo, who turned 21 on Tuesday. McHenry chips at it, Dobson came in to try to keep it in. Samuel L'Italien's back there trying to deal with Steele, and Steele wanted to go up against the forward. Couldn't get the shot on goal, though.
And the forward's so used to doing that because their defensemen are so active. As a forward for the Teton, you have to get used to skating backward because you're going to find yourself while covering up for the D-man in the situations exactly like that. But real estate for Henry, Steele, and Hebig has been oh so difficult to generate. I mean, the neutral zone forecheck, Adam Holwell talked about it with Rob Falls off the top of the period. They've been really efficient, the Teton defensemen, in getting pucks out of their own end for the most part in this game.
Pats win the faceoff. Aaron Hyman down low. Robbie Holmes, he's good in deep along the boards. Put that through the top of the crease. Hyman again down low. Lecision has his stick lifted. Puck side of the goal. Lecision. Shot stopped by Fitzpatrick. Back in front. Titon, move it out of there. That was L'Italien. Right in front of the net, the centerman. Liam Murphy in the corner, sees Crossman. Crossman spins away from Hyman. Gets those feet moving. Crossman, he's had a few chances in this game. Hyman throwing his weight around. Titon, hard-working shift. Lecision's helping out. Here's Oxenden. Holmes hits Balmas with his clearing attempt. Pats unable to get that puck out. Oxenden intercepts as the pass was coming to the front of the net, but there's Noah Dobson, 6'3", maybe 6'4", kept it in. Titon trying to get something on goal. This Pats line has been out there for a while. Another tired group. Crossman swiped at it. Here's Morin. Shots off a leg, didn't get to the net. Crossman tried to get it back in front of the Regina goal, and Scholler banks it off the boards. Dobson holds it in. Balmas, middle of the ice. Off a shin pad. 3 Pats got in the way of it to block it, but it's the long change in the second period. Puck never got past center, but the offside saves this tired group of Pats.
Boy, the defenseman just relentless, especially Noah Dobson. He has the ability to read the play, anticipate the play, and then you add to that great skating ability so he can close quickly, plus that long reach. I mean, there's one that's kept in that's off the crossbar. Here's a clearing attempt, knocked down. That's kept in. That leads to a golden opportunity. Another chance here, but a good reach, keeping that puck in for Balmas. That creates a chance.
Right off the faceoff, Biel deking his way in, rolls it to Paddock as he was hauled down, and Max Paddock knocked that away from the front of his net. In the skates of Mahura, it's not out. Here's the Teton. Biel pokes at it. Rubtsov reaches for it. Mahura able to get it ahead to Steele. Bradley goes to the front of the net. Steele tries to go cross ice, and Biel was back to intercept. Aslan goes wide on Mahura. Right, a sharp angle, short side chance. Couldn't get the right angle. It's a 2-on-1. Steele has Legion. Legion off the post. Off the post and out. Legion had over 20 goals this year for the Pats. That was close to a tie game. Now Gallipo. He tests Paddock one more time. Blocker save for Max Paddock. Gallipo, top of the circle. There's another blocker save. Crossman, that slap shot is blocked by Bradley. Holwell tries his luck. Blocked by Bradley. Here's Holwell again. Top of the circle. Gets that through, and Paddock makes the save and covers the puck. Oh.
Wow. VL gets caught in a neutral zone pincher. He throws himself out of the play, and as he goes down, that leads to the 2-on-1. Gallipo plays the middle. Steele gets it over to Legion, and Legion goes off the blocker's side post. That close from tying the game. Legion had 20 points in his first 14 games with Acadie before being acquired in a trade to add that secondary scoring for the Regina Pats, and was this close to doing it there.
Face-off win for the Tetons. Here's Holwell. Low shot to the front of the net. The pass broken up by the Pats. Henry, he's out there with Lecision. Fleury at the opposite end of a hit. Murphy threw that hit, but Fleury tries a shot. Comes to the front of the Teton net. Lecision backs it down in the corner, and L'Italien came in to take it away. And now Holwell, the only goal scorer in this game, banks it up to Crossman. Tried to get it back to Holwell, but he had to back off. Steele behind the defense. That shot, he was looking blocker side. That might have hit the post too. Sam Steele's been double shifted by John Paddock. Dobson, the defenseman, tried to deke his way around Josh Mahura. Tough to do, but with that long reach, he came close. Aslan leaves it for Dobson. Into the final minute of the second period, a period that's been dominated by the Tetons, but they've been unable to score. They only lead by one. Gallipo, deflected shot. It went wide. Mahura ties his man up. And the Tetons touch it, and the whistle goes due to a high stick. Just a reminder, the CHL Team of the Century will be announced in this second intermission.
Oh, Sam Steele now, as you mentioned, getting double shifted. You really have to shorten your bench here, and he gets an opportunity, looks up on the 2-and-1, keeps it, and gets crossbar. And then same side of the net, that crossbar's been hit now 4 times in the game. It goes straight up into the air and stays out of the net. And it's funny, the Pats, with their limited shot totals in this period, have had the better scoring chances.
37.1 seconds remaining in the second period. Championship game 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. It is another close game. Max Paddock, he's the hero right now for the Pats. Long shot in on Paddock. Knocks it to the corner. Pats will lift this down the ice. Chasing after it is Gallipo. They'll say that's not icing. Gallipo just lifts this out to center, and it will work out for the Tetons. Crossman skating well. Shot, and another save for Paddock.
Well, the glove is awesome for Paddock. That's one area you're not going to beat him on that glove side. A former high-level baseball player. We've seen that all tournament long. And the youngster has really saved his team in this game. One of the easier saves he's had to make, but Crossman utilizing his speed. He's had a couple of good chances, but pretty tough to beat Max Paddock's glove.
15.1 seconds to go now in the period. Steele comes out to take this face-off against Samuel L'Italien. Both players put a scare into 60% in the face-off circle in the regular season. Both anxious. L'Italien won it back, but Bradley gets it out. Adam Holwell, he'll hold on to this puck, not being pressured by the Pats, so he'll let this period run out. The Tetons, they lead, not by much, despite outshooting Regina 36-11. The Acadie Bathurst Tetons lead 1-0. Max Paddock, a busy period, but a great period for the Regina Pats. One period to decide the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup champion. Coming up in the second intermission, Jeff Colby and Tide in the CHL Team of the Century.
Series between two Titans down to one. Last game. Warriors-Rockets Game 7. Tomorrow on Sportsnet 1.
We figured we'd start our tractor commercial with a shot of grain pouring through a man's fingers. Can't forget to show a country music band. And a flaxen-haired boy running with a kite. Then we remembered, we're no ordinary tractor company. So we don't make those commercials. At Kubota, there's only one thing we're selling. great equipment.
Hey, check out what my available steering responsive headlights can do. Deer in the headlights, deer not in the headlights. Deer in the headlights, deer not in the headlights. Deer in... Yeah, you get it.
Subaru Impreza. MasterPass is a fast way to pay, which is great when your wife goes on a last-minute girls' weekend. That opens a door for a last-minute boys' weekend. With a simple press of a button, it'll just be you and the guys. And when the guys are your sons, priceless. Pay with MasterPass when you book a flight on aircanada.com. Don't just buy it, MasterPass it.
The perfect snack is back at Tim Hortons. Grilled seasoned chicken strips, fresh ripe tomato, and crisp lettuce. All wrapped in a flour tortilla. That's right, Tim Hortons Wrap Snackers are back. Just $2.29 each.
The closer you get to home, the more you know the commute is worth it. For all the work you pour into this place, you sure get a lot more out of it. You and that John Deere tractor, so versatile, you can keep dreaming up projects all the way home. It's a longer drive, but just like a John Deere, it's worth it. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Own a one-family tractor for as low as $120 a month, starting at $12,480 with 0% APR ACR for 84 months.
If you're fed up with Kathleen Wynne, a vote for Doug Ford might not seem like a bad idea. I mean, what do you have to lose? Well, a lot, actually. Ford's plan would cut $6 billion from families every year. Fire 20,000 teachers. Close 36 hospitals. And privatize healthcare. Want change? Andrea Horvath. Change for the better.
The 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brought to you by CIBC, the official bank of the Canadian Hockey League. CIBC, banking that fits your life.
1-0 Acadie Bathurst here in the second intermission. Meanwhile, last night, CHL Awards handed out a Casino Regina Player of the Year. We go to Blainville-Boisbriand's Alex Barré-Boulet. What a season this young man had. 116 points, never drafted, but signed by Tampa because they're smart. Top Prospect Award goes to Andrei Svechnikov of the Barrie Colts. He had a heck of a season as well, 72 points in only 44 games, and that includes 40 goals. How high does he go in the draft this year in Dallas? Stay tuned for that one. This may be the no-brainer of the year. Goaltender of the year, Carter Hart of the Everett Silvertips, a save percentage of .947. Just outstanding for Carter Hart, although he's not new to winning that award. And plenty of other winners to share with you as well. Jaden Halbigawaks of Moose Jaw, your top scorer. Alexi Heponiemi of Swift Current, Sportsman of the Year. Humanitarian of the Year goes to Guelph Storm's Garrett McFadden. Scholastic Player of the Year, Alexandra Alain of Blainville-Boisbriand. Coach of the Year, what a year for Drew Bannister and the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. Rookie of the Year, Alexis Lafreniere. Get ready to hear that name a lot in the next 24 months. Draft eligible in 2020. He's outstanding. 40 goals as a rookie. First time anyone's done that since Sidney Crosby in the queue. No pressure. Defenseman of the Year, Nick Hague of the Mississauga Steelheads. He is property of the Vegas Golden Knights, who you'll see tomorrow night in action against the Washington Capitals in the Stanley Cup Final. Meanwhile, back here inside the Brandt Center, Jeff Merrick alongside Colby Armstrong and Todd Warner. Out of all of that group, 1-0 Acadie Bathurst, out of all that group we saw last night with all the hardware, who impressed you the most this season, Colby?
Well, I think Carter Hart. My brother used to play their inaugural season of the Everett Silvertips, but Carter Hart is the big name coming out of the Western Hockey League for goaltending and in Canada. 2 of the 3 years he's won CHL Goalie of the Year, and 3 times in a row now Western Hockey League Goalie of the Year. Lucky Everett Silvertip fans and guys that play in front of them to have a guy like that in your net all these years.
If you're a Philadelphia Flyers fan, maybe you're saying to yourself, finally, we have the goal. And he's ready for that challenge as well, Todd.
I'm impressed with Carter Hart and have been since the prospects game, but I want to give a shout out to Garrett McFadden, two-time winner, Humanitarian of the Year. Started his own charity, McFadden's Movement, raises awareness for mental health issues. He came and spoke at my hockey school. Terrific young man, captaining well. Somebody give this guy a contract, it won't be disappointed.
Absolutely. You know, one other name we should mention as well, and I sort of threw out the idea that you'll hear him a lot in the next 24 months because he's got an October birth date. It's 2001, not eligible for next year's draft. That's going to be all about Jack Hughes. But 2020, Alexis Lafreniere.
Yeah, pure sniper. You know, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he's got 2 years to get drafted. He could get 50 next year, and then what he did go off on for 60 or 70 in the queue in his draft year. Special young player, one of the best of a generation coming.
What do you think, Holmes? You know Sidney Crosby?
Yeah, well, yeah, you compare it, a 40-goal season since Sidney Crosby. We saw him last night, and Rob Faltz did ask him kind of the question. He kind of, you know, he handled himself fairly well. The interesting thing about that whole awards thing last night is how mature these kids are now into the junior level, and we've seen them over the last few years with the prospects game come and go, and now here at the Memorial Cup over the last few years for myself anyways, and man, has the maturity of the young player changed since my time.
I was going to say, has it improved since 2001, Red Deer?
I wouldn't say
way better than my time, I know that.
I wouldn't say it's improved, but it's matured.
Okay, 1-0 Acadie Bathurst as we send it to break, and have a look here at Evan Fitzpatrick. Only 11 saves. It's all he's had to make so far for Acadie Bathurst. We would show you Max Paddock, but right now he's currently receiving oxygen. Just kidding. 1-0 Teton.
Sportsnet.ca, home of headline news and exclusive big reads from Canada's best sports writers, the insiders on Sportsnet.ca.
The closer you get to home, the more you know the commute is worth it. For all the work you pour into this place, you sure get a lot more out of it. You and that John Deere tractor, so versatile, you can keep dreaming up projects all the way home. It's a longer drive, but just like a John Deere, it's worth it. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Own a one-family tractor for as low as $120 a month, starting at $12,480 with 0% APR ACR for 84 months.
Experience Control GX for Men, the first shampoo with a brain. So smart, it reduces gray gradually. The more you shampoo, the less gray you have. Smart. Control GX from Just for Men. Now available for lighter shades of hair.
There's space for everyone. Everyone is free here.
Canadians embrace differences and celebrate them.
It's not my home, it's our home. We're all Canadians.
Rogue Ideas unleash speed. 360 face cups and urethane microspheres set a new standard in performance. This is how distance should feel. The new Rogue irons from Callaway, the #1 irons in golf.
I am the new $5 snack deal only at DQ. I'm a full-sized entree and your choice of fries, drink, or a full-on sundae for just $5. Those other deals? Pfft, totally snack-ferior. Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
The same sport hybrid technology that drives the Acura MSX. Now available in the 5-passenger RLX. And the 7-passenger MDX. Sport hybrid, super handling, all-wheel drive. Super runs in the family.
CIBC, for the love of fans, recognizes the passion shared by all members of the CHL community that fill arenas night after night. Here at the Brandt Center in Regina, we have noticed that night after night at the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup, they come in jerseys representing their team. They come enthusiastic. They're loud. They're proud. And they're giving their team as much support as they can. From all parts of the Canadian Hockey League, they are here. But the fans certainly make the show. They're waiting to see which team will win They love this game, and they have certainly shown their love of this game throughout not only the MasterCard Memorial Cup, but the entire 2017-18 season. Jeff?
I love it, Rob. Junior hockey fans are simply the best. How about that's called the floss.
Yeah, my kid does that all the time. You look pretty good there, that fella.
Looking sharp. Kobe Armstrong, Todd Warner. Game analysis time. It's only 1-0, but the Pats aren't doing themselves any favors, specifically with how they're trying to break the puck out, Colby.
Yeah, and likely it's Bathurst that are disturbing all over the ice with their forecheck. But for the Pats, they have to give themselves some options. They have to make it a little easier themselves by staying closer together. And like you said, they're making it difficult on themselves. Look at these clips right here. And yeah, there's some pressure here. There's two defensemen in front of the net running into each other. The Teton defense right up on guys. They have time and some poise to make some plays. You have to hold on to it. Look at this. Two guys running into each other, no support, airmail it out and chase. And then the puck possession by the Teton has been incredible. The way they come at you in waves, and they just completely force turnovers. It's so hard. They're chasing all the time. This is what it has to be. I saw this clip. I go, this is what they have to do. Don't throw it away. Give it back to Fleury. Regroup. Attack with speed. Attack the line. Nothing comes of it here, but that was the first time that we saw them through this entire game of 40 minutes of them trying to execute through the neutral zone and coming together and regrouping and not just dumping it away. So credit to Bathurst. Sure. They're doing a tremendous job, but they've got to be better. The Regina Pats have to be better at managing that puck and moving it.
Late in the period, we did see a push by the Regina Pats, and the reason the fans were still with them, the reason they had a shot at still being in this game, is Max Paddock. Holy smokes, Todd.
Yeah, he's been incredible. It's really the story. 35 saves through 2 periods. Who'd have thought that was coming? And can he keep it up here in the 3rd period? But it's the pursuit, and we talked about it off the top, the pursuit of the Acadie Bathurst forwards that just creates chaos around the goal, and that's why this defensive core from the Pats have had trouble with their pressure and their spirit and their energy and physicality. They've got extended for long periods of time with lots of different minutes in the shift, and so it's the story's Paddock. I look for a guy like Balmas or Rupsov, who've been quieter in this tournament, to maybe break through here in the 3rd.
Antoine Morin, throw him into that mix as well. Normally when you see a situation like this where we have a tilted rink and it's only 1-0 heading to the 3rd, we say things like, oh, hold on a second here, Regina's hanging around, they're dangerous. Have you seen enough from Regina to say, this team's hanging around, we may have a game here in the 3rd?
No, I haven't, but at the same time, you're in the last game of the season. This is the message. This is John Paddock's message. All right, guys, we have 20 minutes. We're down by 1. We were riding bikes and running hills for 45 days before this tournament. Who thought we'd be here? Let's lay it on the line. They can't play scared. They can't play tight, which they've looked through 40. They have to go out and play like they did against Hamilton last game, which gave them a great opportunity to win. And they're doing a great job on Sam Steele, but he's got to find a way to be the difference maker here tonight.
Quick, Todd, anything on Regina? They have a shot here?
Yeah, that's got to be the message. You know, like, regardless of what's happened through 40, we got 20 minutes and we're only down 1 goal, so might as well go play.
An exciting 3rd period is on the horizon. This packed Brack Center is clearly behind the Regina Pats. Now, earlier on, we told you we would reveal the team of the century, and congratulations to the 2005 London Knights. What a year it was. That was lockout year in the NHL, so all eyes were on the CHL, and the London Knights delivered 59 wins, 120 points. The 31-game unbeaten streak is marvelous, and some notables from that team. Well, Robbie Schrump's not noted there, but he was outstanding. Corey Perry, Dave Bolin, Dan Jordy, Danny Sivrat, the captain, was fantastic. Adam Dennis in nets.
The Nissan Titan Employee Pricing Event is on now. You pay what Nissan employees pay on all 2018 Titan models, including the all-new Midnight Edition. Get employee pricing with features that help you in tight spaces, make towing challenges a thing of the past, and adapt to whatever you're hauling. And get the peace of mind Canada's best truck warranty provides. The Titan of trucks, now with Titan Employee Pricing.
Eddie? Fetch! Come on! What are you doing? Oh, Eddie.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me.
Know how your DNA connects you to the world at 23andme.ca.
It's Montana's Barbecue Tex-Mex event. Go loco with sizzle and shrimp or grilled chicken all-you-can-eat fajitas or our fall-off-the-bone ribs with zesty chimichurri. And don't miss our signature chicken tacos, all for a limited time, only at Montana's.
The 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brought to you by Lennox, official heating and cooling partner of the 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
35 saves for Max Paddock so far. He's been very much the star of the game. 1-0 for the Acadie Bathurst Titans. They lead. Adam Holwell with the lone goal. Big period coming up for Regina. Here's Rob Falls with Cale Fleury.
Cale, you take a look at the shot total. It's so lopsided, but you're only down by 1. What was the energy like in the room during the second intermission?
Yeah, Max has done a great job keeping us in it, and we're fighting for this one for him. He's playing his heart out there, and we're just we had a really good last 10 minutes there in the second period, so we're just going to try to build off that.
The guys notice that. You're starting to be a little more creative through the neutral zone and get into their zone and get something going.
Yeah, for sure. We're in the final for a reason, and we need to play confident.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cale Fleury, a big part of the success of the Regina Pats in this tournament. Now ready to go with the third period, the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. RJ Broadhead, Sam Cosentino.
Max Paddock. His team is trailing 1-0, but it's only 1-0 because of him. They've been outshot 36-11. A busy second period for Paddock. The Pats were outshot 24-6. But he stopped all 24 second period shots. 1 period to decide the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup champion. Crowd gets into it early, but here come the Titans, led by Noah Dobson. Slap shot goes off a stick. It stayed in play, way up in the air. Tough to locate for the players. Biel back to the blue line. Dobson couldn't keep it in. Now Hebig comes against Dobson. Finds Steele, middle of the ice, and coming back was Rupsov, the first rounder of the Flyers. Terrific 200-foot player, and the Titans have done that all game long, where they come back and make things difficult for the Pats. Josh Mahura shot right in. An early shot for the Pats here, and Fitzpatrick makes the save.
Little confusion in the neutral zone between Dobson and Gallipo, and that puck came outside the line, and no one ended up taking it. And as a result of that, it turns into Hebig going down, giving the pass. And there's a good play by Rupsov, coming back with that back pressure, take that pass away through the middle of the ice. Rupsov, first-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Bradley tried to win the faceoff right to himself. He did, and he got down to the net. Fitzpatrick poked it away before he could get a really good scoring chance. These two played in the round robin. Acadie Bathurst won that game. Oxenden's shot goes off Holwell's stick and out of play. Keep in mind, the Titans had a 7-2 lead in the third period in that round-robin game, and it turned out to be a very close game. 7-6, and then Noah Dobson with an empty netter.
And all the Pats hoping here that they can regenerate that same sort of third period that they had in failing just shy of that comeback game.
Already a better start to the third for Regina. Hyman kept it in for a moment. Now he has to back off.
Good, that's good.
Antoine Morin. He's a prospect of the Anaheim Ducks, as is Sam Steele and Josh Mahura. Morin tried to backhand it to the net. Knocked away by Max Paddock. Hyman, he played in the MasterCard Memorial Cup last year with Seattle. That experience so handy to have. Whistle goes. Crowd not happy.
Was Antoine Morin. Talked to him before the game this morning. He felt like he was squeezing the stick a little bit too much. That Mario Pouliot, instead of using the negative, said, you know what, we like what you're doing away from the puck. We like your defensive game, but we'd also like you to chip in a little bit more offensively. And he's had some good shifts here in this game. He's been skating a lot better, moving his feet, and he's been able to create at least something here in the offensive zone for the Titans.
Biel and Hebig, two overagers, having some words. Jeffrey Viel, 3 straight years of 30 goals and 100-plus penalty minutes in the QMJHL. Hebig, top scorer for the Pats this season. Olivier Galipeau stops it along the boards, stolen by Hebig. Right back to Galipeau. Won't get out though. Hayek keeps it in. Sam Steele's down there behind the net. The two Teton defensemen try to contain him but can't. Hebig shot just missed on the stick side. Not going to get out quite yet. Hebig hit almost into the Teton bench by Viel.
Crazy hop there. Put the puck right beside the blocker of Fitzpatrick. No one knew where it was for a second.
Couple of chances for the Pats. They only need one to tie. Dobson right in front of his own bench. Can't get the puck in deep. He's not down. Galipeau waits. Puts it right near that Teton bench. Two of them jumped out of the way. Galipeau threw it right where a line change was going on, and the Teton so alert they had to let it go, but that resulted in the Pats getting possession. Here's Mikhail Yvon. First-year defenseman in the QMJHL. Murphy doesn't get it out. Bryce Platt kept it in. They drag it just outside the line, but Pats send it in again.
And the Teton a little sloppy with the puck here.
Murphy does get by Mahura. He's got Crossman going to the front of the net. Murphy takes the shot, but it's too high. L'Italien tracks it down for Acadie Bathurst. Nobody in deep for the Teton. That gives Brady Puto a chance to elevate the puck out of the end. Bradley almost walked right in. A good defensive play. Recovery by Adam Holwell. Ducharme finally into the Regina end. Max Paddock will play it to Aaron Hyman before that wave of pressure comes. Last time playing Acadie Bathurst, he hung on to it a little bit, and the Teton got a shorthanded goal out of that. Puck's behind the Regina net. Side of the goal gets centered, but nobody there for Acadie Bathurst. Pratt up ahead to Lecision. Mitchell Balmas from Sydney, Nova Scotia. 42 goals. The rookie, Ducharme, stopped by Fleury. Puck stays in. Here's Moran. Tried a shot, but Paddock with no traffic in front of him. The way he's seeing the puck tonight, that's no problem at all.
Well, a much better jump here for the Pats to start this third period, and it results in a couple of good chances. Here's Hebig, and his shot just misses that far post. And then here's a ring, and it stops. Galipeau, Fitzpatrick both look to their left, and it's sitting at Fitzpatrick's doorstep. No Pats around, however, to try and jam it home.
Teton have had a 1-goal lead and lost just once in their last 25 games. Galipeau keeps it in. Here's Asselin. Tried to get the shot. It was knocked away by Hebig. Henry gets it out to center. Dobson locates it. Over to the captain now. Jeffrey Viel. Asselin closing in the Pats defense of Hayek and Fleury. Didn't let that get to the side of the goal, and a good move along the boards by Hayek. He cut to the inside, and look out. Steele hit by Galipeau. Here come the Teton. Asselin, he's checked. Rubtsov following up, rolling puck. He tried to center it to Viel. Bradley intercepted, and Viel got it back. Rubtsov open, but the puck doesn't get over to him, and L'Italien will just send it in, and he'll wait for Viel to get back on side. Emil Oxinen over the Teton line. Another low shot missing on the stick side. Crossman can't track it down. It'll go behind the Teton net. Evan Fitzpatrick leaves it there. Holwell advances it along the right wing side. Capped in by Bradley. Holwell dealing with Oxinen. Shipped it past him. Murphy makes a short play to L'Italien, and Yvon will dump it into the Pats end. 1-goal lead for Acadie Bathurst, the QMJHL champions. That goal was scored in the first period by this man, Adam Holwell, the overager from St. John's, Newfoundland. He sends it into the Regina end. Almost came in front. Nobody around for the Teton. Max Paddock left it for his defenseman, Josh Mahura. Bryce Platt cut off as he gets to the Acadie Bathurst line. Balmas up by the Regina blue line. Antoine Morin has Mahura step in front of him. Balmas checked, and Platt has Lecision. Gets to the middle of the ice. Precision! No, he pulled it up, and he couldn't get it into a good spot where he could shoot. Puck at the side of the goal, and Fitzpatrick has found it.
Wow. Precision just had that puck come behind him. He tried to get it out in front of him, and by that time, it was too late. Wow. It starts with a great play here. Libor Hayek escapes the oncoming Aslan and slips right in front of his own net. Beautiful play, heads up to start the breakout, and then Sam Steele coming out of his own zone. Gallipo steps up on him. Many fans thought there should have been a trip, and they had a good case there. And the last opportunity here, you could see that Lasician with that puck behind him couldn't really do much with it there as he tried to get it to the forehand. Everyone collapsed upon him.
Sam Steele behind the net leads the MasterCard Memorial Cup in scoring. 13 points in 14 games. The high-flying Pats, who have scored so much through their first 4 games, haven't been able to get anything here. Fitzpatrick slides it over to Holwell. Dobson is open. In front of his own net. Does get it outside the line. Biel's stick knocked out of his hands by Henry. Rubtsov chips it to center. The Pats much better here in the third period. We shouldn't be surprised, though. They were great in the third period in the round robin against the Teton, too. Crossman against Bradley. Letallier comes over. Lasician keeps it in. Now he's toiling against Letallier. Holmes, he had a chance to drag it deeper, and Bradley will get an opportunity. Couple of cracks at it for the Teton to clear. They didn't do it, but the Pats didn't take advantage.
Difficult to get anything to the net.
Maybe here, Holmes comes right in, and he lifted that up high. Puck sat there for him. Wanted to go top corner. Mahura looking for a spot to shoot. That's right down on Fitzpatrick. Made that save. Precision tips it to Puto. Here's Mahura again. Waits after making a move on Murphy. That shot stopped. The rebound's in front. The Teton clear it. Pats come close.
Really good pushback here by Regina to start this third period after being outplayed and outshot badly in the first 2.
Puck loose at center ice. Moran looking for it. Bradley scoops it up ahead to Steele. He's got Henry to his right. Steele going wide and spins away from Gallipo. Sam Steele, the 360. Wanted to go back to the blue line. Fleury was wide, so he has to retrieve it in his own end. Up the middle to Hebig. Puck sent in. Yvon back to get it. Olivier Gallipo keeps it along the boards. Through the middle. Aslan is skating well. He's got Viel 2-on-1. Pass was too high. Viel couldn't knock it down. Sam Steele came back. Now he sends it up ahead to Henry. Hyatt can't track down the pass. Tempted to center it. Hyatt still down there for the Pats. Hyman, wrist shot. Stopped by Fitzpatrick. Here's Hayek. Nice move. He walks in. Evan Fitzpatrick makes another save. The second period was all Teton. The third's been all Pats. Evan Fitzpatrick, though, makes the saves.
The perfect snack is back at Tim Hortons. Grilled seasoned chicken strips, fresh ripe tomato, and crisp lettuce. All wrapped in a flour tortilla. That's right, Tim Hortons Wrap Snackers are back. Just $2.29 each.
Cooper tires on the ground, go round and round, round and round, round and round. Tires on the car are warranty. And what you need, the tires on the car help keep you safe. They grip the road when you hit the brakes.
Your tires matter, so count on Cooper. An American company since 1914.
The tires on the ground go round and round.
Owning a swimming pool in Canada is loony. Until now, Arctic Spa's all-weather pools are specifically designed for winter use in any climate. Enjoy all the benefits of a hot tub and a pool in one. Easy to install, energy-efficient unit. You deserve one. ArcticSpas.com.
Medicine has changed now to the point where much of what we use is single-use disposable, and they are mainly irradiated to be sterile. This is really just a very small sampling to give you an idea of what medical isotopes do. High-dose gamma radiation, it's an excellent vehicle to guarantee you sterility. The entire process of modern surgery to mitigate the risk of infection depends on radiation.
Game story for the championship game of the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. Just one goal, and Adam Holwell scored it. His second of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. It came in the first period, but then Max Paddock took over as the Teton pressured. The rookie goalie was excellent, has been excellent, 36 saves. And his Pats seem to have come alive in the third period. They've outshot the Teton 7-1. Evan Fitzpatrick answering. Mahura off a face-off win. He'll walk right down to the dot. Mahura stopped by Fitzpatrick. That's a great save for the Blues prospect.
Yeah, it's great patience here by Josh Mahura, the offensive defenseman, this close to making it for Canada's World Junior team, and he steps in off the line. Watch the patience right here. Waits, lane opens, lifts the stick to avoid the stick lift himself from VL and gets a really good opportunity.
Had to keep that arm tight. Pats sense a chance here. Heavily outshot. Their goalie kept them in it, but now it's an odd man rush. VL shoots. It was a 2-on-1. Decided to shoot, and Max Paddock outside his crease chucks up another save.
Aslan was the other member on the 2-on-1 for VL, and VL shaking his head as he goes to the bench. Takes it and spins here, and now he looks up at Aslan and says, you know what, I'm going to just try shooting it. Look off the pass and shoot, and Paddock didn't even waver once. Steele working hard to get back here, and maybe his late oncoming rush forced VL to shoot it as opposed to being too cute and making a pass.
Face-off win, Teton. Hacks block it. Holwell tried to send it in deep. He knew there was some support down there for the Teton. Puck never got deep. So now Holwell looks for another option. Mikhail Yvon. Liam Murphy. Now Ethan Crossman. Crossman's been in the thick of things. He's been stopped by Paddock numerous times. That backhand's too high, but he hurried after it. Holwell held the line. Pats clear at that time. And this will go down the ice. It's coming back to the Pats end, though.
You know, with great players, what do you try and do to mitigate their impact in the game? You try and take away their time and space. And all game long, Sam Steele has had to deal with a stick, a body, stick lift, back pressure, defenseman coming out and stepping up on him, and it's been all game long, where even here, Gallipo in neutral ice doesn't give him a chance to get going. Gallipo finishes a check, and all game long, Sam Steele has been the center of attention to the Acadie Bathurst Teton.
Off the face-off, that just missed. Paddock was ready if it was on target, though. Middle of the ice, Legion couldn't handle it. Here's Oxenden, and that's off the blocker of Fitzpatrick. Comes outside the line. Fleury gets it back in. Pats want to get a quick change here. Yvon hands it over to Holwell. Now Yvon. Ball misses open, but standing still. Chips it up ahead, Mahura. He leaves it for Fleury, who bumps Ducharme out of the way, but Ducharme relentless. Got it back. He big now. Steele, he's cut off. VL's back out there for Acadie Bathurst. Fleury, physical defenseman, bumped VL off the puck. Henry's got some room. Steele's with him. Rebound, Steele, big save, Fitzpatrick.
Wow, Sam Steele.
Great chance for the Pats captain. The rebound came out to him, and he found that first, but there's Fitzpatrick again.
Oh! Fix Auto, the first word that should come to mind after an accident.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica, ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery, sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How do you make the donuts?
The early morning practice. It's where you'll see parents rising before 6 a.m. to support their kids and hockey dreams. At CI Investments, we're supporting amateur hockey and the Canadian investor. Talk to your financial advisor about CI Investments.
A fire station is a lot like a home with a really big family.
And chores. Lots of chores.
Everything has to run smoothly and be spotless.
and that can be a tough job. It's why we count on the strength of the Tiger.
Royale Tiger Towel is strong.
Real strong. Even when wet, it'll clean this pan without falling apart. With Tiger Towel, messes don't stand a chance. Tiger Strong Royale Tiger Towel.
Get barbecue ready. Buy 2 Royale Tiger Towel 6-roll and get a free pack of Maple Leaf Top Dogs.
Here is the red-hot player of the game for tonight. It's brought to you by Lennox, official heating and cooling partner of the CHL.
Well, look no further than Max Paddock, the 17-year-old netminder. He's been really solid with his glove, tracking the puck, getting down in that butterfly, getting some help from his defenseman, taking shots up high all game long. He has been under siege from the Titans, except for here in this third period, even having to stop a partial breakaway from Crossman, and the Crossman pass cross ice tracked perfectly with the glove hand of the youngster Max Paddock.
Seeing a lot of the Pats. Top line, Steele, Henry, Hebig. They need points. They're out there after the commercial break. Hyatt rolls it down low. Steele battles away from his check. Hyatt saw an opening to come down from the blue line. All the Tetons do is just clear it out to center. Mahura over there in time. Noah Dobson. He heads back, but that's icing against the Pats.
Bit of a break here, too, just to stop that momentum. That top line, John Paddock using the TV timeout to get the Steele line back out there on the offensive draw. They'll stay out there here, it looks like. Or Steele arguing why that was icing. So he's getting an explanation here. And the Tetons catch a bit of a break here.
Hebig and Henry had gone to the bench.
His got sent back out. Put on the brakes, boys. Back out you go.
Steele against L'Italien. Crossman sends it to the corner. Steele chips it to the defenseman. Josh Mahura has to hurry. Hebig. Hebig lifted it. Tried to get it off the glass. It did not get glass. And a penalty to Cameron Hebig.
And that's where that toe curve every now and then can be at a detriment. And here he is, he flicks it up. He gets such good lift on it. He's trying to avoid the oncoming checker, and by getting lift on it, right there, that toe curve, right there. And a good job by Crossman to come over and force him to take that shot high off the glass. That's what he was hoping for anyways. Out it goes.
There wasn't a thing in the second period. No scoring, no penalties. Here's a power play for the Tetons. Noah Dobson. Over to German Rupsov. Looking at the front of the net. Goes all the way back to Dobson at the blue line. Wrist shot. Pad save by Paddock. Couple of chances for the Pats. There's a third. And it's Lecitia who gets it outside the line. Dobson with a quick turn. Mitchell Balmas brings the Teton into the Pats end. He'll wrap this around for VL. Lets it go. Dobson over to Gallipo. 2 top scoring defensemen in the QMJHL this season. Shot blocked. Balmas tried to get it through. The Pats so good at blocking shots, and they clear it.
Well, it's really stagnant. It's this power play. There's a couple of switches up at the top there, but really nothing to create any confusion for the Pats penalty killers.
Noah Dobson dumps it in. Since early March, this power play for the Tetons is right around 14%. 1 for 12 at the MasterCard Memorial Cup. First minute of this power play has evaporated. Gallipo in his own end. Slowly makes his way to center ice. Overskates the puck. Drops it back. There's Holwell. Murphy standing still at the Pats line. Crossman. He chops it ahead. That is offside as the Tetons are having problems getting in the Regina end.
So that penalty kill really efficient. Once it gets in the zone, allowing one good look and then getting rid of it. And then when the Tetons have to go back and regroup, making it really difficult to Pats for the Tetons to get it through neutral ice and get anything set up in the offensive zone.
38 seconds to go in the Teton power play. Murphy right off the faceoff. One-on-one against Fleury. He'll back off and get things set up. Crossman shot. It missed. Mikhail Yvon in the corner overskates it. Bradley a chance to clear, and he's successful. Won't be much time to work now for Acadie Bathurst. Under 20 seconds. Holwell doesn't want to waste time. Here they come over center. Crossman will lead the way. Chips it to the corner. That's where Morin chases after it. Under 10 seconds to go in the power play. Morin has fallen down. Steele sends it ahead to Fleury. Cale Fleury. Shot goes in on Fitzpatrick. Penalty is over. The Pats kill it off. They still trail by 1. Now it's time to go to work offensively. Hebig a great chance. Fitzpatrick good again. Asselin chips it over to Viel. The captain, a nice move in front to Asselin. He scores. Samuel Asselin, 2-0 Teton.
And who's in the midst of it once again? Jeffrey Viel, the captain, Samuel Asselin. They have been brilliant as a pair all tournament long. And Asselin scores for the 4th time in 4 games. And a good stop here by Fitzpatrick. That springs the offense going back the other way. Crossman able to get the puck out. It's a 2-on-1. Great move by Viel as he goes through the legs. That allows him the space to get around Fleury, but Asselin was just relentless going to the net. You can see the back pressure from Hebig, but somehow he releases his stick here, and it might have even gone off Hebig while trying to come back and take Asselin out of the mix. Past Max Paddock it goes, and the Tetons, who have been outplayed here in this 3rd period, extend their lead.
You're right, Sam. That might have been off the Pats' stick. Asselin celebrates. Now the Pats really have to go for it. Under 7 minutes, Mahura shot the rebound. Wow, Fitzpatrick kept that out. Another chance. That's to the front of the Teton net. 2-goal lead. Acadie, Bathurst. The Pats tried to answer right back. Ducharme. Low shot. That's not on goal. It'll come all the way out. Center ice. Murphy hurried to get to it before accident could. D-ball. Calm with the puck. Hands it off to Italien. Ducharme wanted to get it deep. Didn't do it. Hayek quickly ahead to Hebig. D-ball trying to contain the dangerous Cameron Hebig. Spins away from trouble. Now a little open ice. Shot from Legion. That's not on goal. Fleury moves it past Ducharme. Yvon back to Ducharme. These Teton players wouldn't mind a change. They're just trying to get the puck out any way they can. Now Ducharme's lost his stick. Fleury knocked down by Viel. Another big play by the captain. Yvon, he's got some energy left. Viel's going to the front of the net. He got the pass. And Fleury takes a run at the captain to get a little revenge. And Viel limping as he goes to the bench.
Oh, that would be a monster loss here. A monster loss as Viel is keeled over on that Teton bench. 2 heaviest hitters at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Viel and Fleury each got a big hit on the other one. Morin gets it to Asselin. Bradley can't contain Samuel Italien. Italien in the corner. Now he moves up to the blue line. Fakes the shot. Fakes the shot, takes the shot, but it's too high. The patience. Sam Steele, he's pressured in the corner. L'Italien gets it to Bulmus. Max Paddock comes to the top of his crease to make that save. The Tetons score their 2nd of the game, and in Bathurst, New Brunswick, they love it.
You gorilla tape that?
No.
Why?
Gorilla tape. Of course.
Gorilla Tape is 3 times stronger for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Okay, careful, careful, careful. Oh.
All this stuff.
Such a waste. Gorilla Glue.
Of course.
Gorilla Glue bonds wood, stone, metal, ceramic, and more. Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Linux makes the quietest system you can find. So even though it's the most powerful force in your home, it won't sound like it is.
You know what real service from a bank means? Whoa! It means coming to me with advice. When I want. Where I want.
Ooh, love it.
It means having your back with fraud alerts. Yep, it's us. And when I'm going on vacation, I can get foreign cash delivered right to my door.
Let's go!
You know where you gotta go for that kind of service? My bank. Aeroporto, per favore.
CIBC. Banking that fits your life. The 2018 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brought to you by MasterPass by MasterCard. A quick and easy way to pay online. Fast, secure, priceless.
4 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Third period. Regina Pats have not managed to score the Acadie Bathurst Tetons. They lead 2-0. They've outshot the Pats 41-26. It's a close game. Acadie Bathurst has never won the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Regina Pats haven't won it since 1974.
The most tenured team at the MasterCard Memorial Cup, the Regina Pats. This is their 16th appearance. You talk about that 1974 team. So many of the players have come back here to watch and hope that the Pats can regain some of that great glory by winning a cup. And the Tetons, 1999 they participated, 3 and out. 2001 and 2002 went to the league final in both of those years, but just couldn't get over the hump. And Mario Pouliot and his squad here in his 4th season with an opportunity to make history in Bathurst.
First final for a QMJHL team since 2016. That was a great final. In Red Deer, London winning in overtime against Rouen-Noranda. WHL in final for the first time since 2050. Kelowna, they lost in overtime to Oshawa that year in Quebec City.
Go back to 1972. The Dub and the Q have met in the final 9 times, with the WHL winning 7 of them. And one more thing working against the Tetons, despite having the lead right now, if you look at a team that's had to go 3 time zones, the last 14 times that's happened in a final, only twice has the winner been able to come away after traveling 3 time zones. The 2013 Halifax Mooseheads did it in Saskatoon in 2013.
The MasterCard Memorial Cup. It is close to the ice. Close. Which team is going to get it? Acadie Bathurst Tetons. They've got a 2-0 lead. Pats, they'd like to get one fairly quick. Looks like a penalty here. Pats, who haven't had a power play all game until now, have won at a critical point.
Almar will go to the box here for the Tetons. And a big scrum ensues in the corner end boards. And Mar's working down there. Mario Pouliot looking up. And you had to know at some point that the Pats were going to get one. Mario Pouliot's looking up and saying, how can you call this a hole? Ball is down. He gets cross-checked a couple of times.
Well, you might be saying that Mar was the one who was
infracted upon.
Yeah, roughed up in the corner. Delivered his message. Goes straight to his captain. Power play. Pats, they need one. Mahara shot misses. Hebig tries to tuck it in. Fitzpatrick, he's got it. And gets the whistle. The Pats all over the Teton net. But Fitzpatrick didn't give them a loose puck.
Well, the Pats now in desperation time, having to score twice just to tie it. Sam Steele's able to win the draw and get it back. And a little delay there opens up a lane, although the shot goes just wide. And Fitzpatrick did a good job staying on the post there because Hebig was right there.
Battalion moves it to an open corner. Justin Ducharme rolling puck along the boards, couldn't get it out. Pats have it. It's Matt Bradley spinning around at the blue line. He'll drop it off and leave it for Nick Henry. Josh Mahara. Here's Sam Steele. Points leader takes the shot. Fitzpatrick the save. Healthy bounce off the end boards, but Gallipo has found it. And he banks it down the ice. Penalty kill was excellent for Acadie Bathurst, number 3 in the regular season. They were over 90% in the QMJHL playoffs. Here's a breakaway. Samuel Heslan, shorthanded. Paddock stops him. 3 short-handed goals for the Tetons at this MasterCard Memorial Cup. That might have been enough had Ashland scored. 3 goals would have been tough to come back from. Another short-handed opportunity for Rubtsov. Sam Steele lets Rubtsov go to the corner first. Now the Flyers prospect trying to hold the Pats in there. Under 45 seconds to go in this Pats power play. Time ticking away. They've got it in the Teton end. Legion shot, a low one. Saved by Fitzpatrick and quickly cleared by Acadie Bathurst.
Oh, big clear there by Gallipo. He caught it right as the puck was on end.
Steele leads the Pats again. Drops it back for Fleury. Hayek is open. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Fleury doesn't shoot. Steele wanted to. It wasn't in a good spot, though. Passes to Fleury. There's the shot. Misses the net. Knocked down the ice again by Gallipo.
Oh, good hand-eye. That's twice where he's had a bouncing puck in the midair, is able to get it the distance by getting a lot on it.
Marr is like a sprinter in the blocks in the penalty box. He wants to get on that ice and get this penalty over. It is over. Pats don't score on the power play. It's still 2-0. Acadie Bathurst. Pats can't keep it in. It bounced at the line. Fleury dumps it in. Pats have to get back on side. 2.5 minutes to go. Down by 2. Max Paddock will be looking at the bench at some point. Holwell comes over center ice. Slowly in, knows those seconds tick off. He wasn't being pressured. Now it's Morin's turn for a little puck possession. Behind the net, Mahara trying to force him to make a play, but Morin won't give the puck up. Passes cleanly to Murphy. At the blue line, it's Dobson. Slaps it off the end boards. This will come to Gallipo. Tired group out there for the Pats, and they can't get to the puck, and the time is ticking away. There's under 2 minutes to go now. Mahara slides it ahead, and Lecision gets only as far as center. Moyen dumps it into the Pats' end. Max Paddock might have to join the Pats as they head up the ice. Lead pass over to Hebig. Can't get it clean, and Gallipo chips it out one more time. Sam Steele's out there. Mahara back to Steele. No time to make a play. Ducharme's right there. Forces Steele back. Mahara slowly ahead. He cannot connect with Hebig, but there was a touch, so it's not icing. Dobson comes up with it down low. 3 Pats down there. Paddock still in his net. Good thing, too. Here come the Tetons. Rubtsov over to Ducharme. The trailer was Aslan. It was behind him. Pats just dump it out. The seconds are ticking away. Teton back into the Regina end, and Paddock is strapped to his net. L'Italien into the Pats end. There's under a minute to go now. Matt Bradley, he banks it up ahead to Lecision. Paddock looks at the bench. He's off now. Extra attacker coming on. Holwell gets it over to Gallipo. The overage defensemen are out there. Murphy holds it along the boards, and 3 Pats trying to dig it loose. Pats need 2 to tie. Puck along the boards. Lecision gets it to Legion. He cannot shoot. L'Italien has Crossman with him. Gives it to Crossman. Ethan Crossman. Empty net. 3-0. Teton. Acadie Bathurst Teton. 3-0 lead. 30.3 seconds to go. They're going to be champions.
Well, Crossman with that great speed and such an asset, and he's used it well all game long. There's the hit as Fleury delivers the hit, but it's too late. The puck has already been delivered to Crossman, and no problem here. Mario Pouliot, hands in the air. They know it's about to come. And all this in the last 6 minutes without their captain, Jeffrey Viel, who was hurt on an end-board hit by Fleury. He can barely stand up on the bench. He's had to take intermittent breaks just to sit down and stand up.
He's hugging his teammates, tapping heads. Teton knocked that out to center. They just didn't give the Pats a chance to get the puck. Regina tried to get something going late. They could not do it. And the Acadie Bathurst Teton, the champions of the QMJHL, are now the champions of the CHL. In the 100th year of the Memorial Cup, the Acadie Bathurst Teton have won it for the first time. Teton do it. Regina Pats, they fought hard, exhausted. Evan Fitzpatrick, he was busy in that third period, a smile on his face. He had to be rock solid. He saw what was going on the other end with Max Paddock. He could not afford to let anything past him. And Fitzpatrick, a 28-save shutout in the championship game.
Wow, just unreal effort. And we saw it a lot yesterday at practice, RJ. These guys just didn't want to get off the ice. They were so excited to be around with each other all year long. They've talked about, I love this guy, I love that guy, we love the coach. It's a special group, we have a special bond. And all of the owners, and I believe there's about 20 of them in Bathurst, flew in here for this championship game. Sean Couturier, NHLer, might be the only one who's not here. But Sylvain Couturier, former NHLer, the general manager. This is a team that lost last year in the second round, got pumped in a Game 7 against Blainville 7-1, learned from that, brought it back to this year and used that experience to elevate them to a league championship and now a national championship.
The captain, so important to the Teton. Jeffrey Viel's with Rob.
You told us, the whole team told us, this is a special group, and here you are, MasterCard Memorial Cup champion.
I'm so proud of the boys. We played a solid game, and we were incredible today. We really wanted it, so I'm so proud of everyone.
You guys had to play very tough. You got lots of shots on goal, but you were, as Sam said, relentless. You kept coming in waves.
Yeah, we really wanted it. Like I said, we didn't want to give them anything, and that's what we did.
You got good goaltending when you had to. It was a complete team effort.
Yeah, it was incredible. Fitzy was incredible. It was a really team effort everywhere, so I'm so proud of all the boys.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Antoine Morin comes in and gives his captain a hug. Mario Pouliot, that was his top dog. They've been together 4 years. And Mario Pouliot, look at that embrace. That's pretty special. They're still hugging in the background there. Jeffrey Viel was his prized pupil, gave him the C, and he had this team following his lead.
Yeah, at every turn. I mean, almost 4 years ago to the day, he was acquired from Sherbrooke. Before the 16-17 season, he was named captain, VL was. And at that point, Mario Pouliot says, our team changed, and oh, so much for the better.
Sylvain Couturier made a few big trades, maybe none bigger than acquiring goaltender Evan Fitzpatrick. He's with Rob.
Evan, you told us about the change in your game when you came to Bathurst. What was the major change?
Oh, just going back to basics, you know. I had a great team in front of me, you know, amazing defense. You know, we had 3 really deep lines. You know, our 4th line could have been a 3rd or 2nd on any other team. You know, we played for a team that gave their all every night, and you know, paid off in the end.
This is a situation you didn't see a lot of work early, but when called upon, you had to make big save after big save.
Yeah, you know, with this team, I've learned a lot that you know, we have a really good offense. So whoever the goalies are, you know, sometimes we have to make great saves. The kid over there played amazing, but you know, for me, it's just staying in the moment and staying focused. And when I get shots, I gotta bear down, track them, and do my job.
You have a shutout in the championship game of the MasterCard Memorial Cup. How's that feel?
It's amazing. I don't have words for this right now. It's something special. It's something I never would have imagined. And you know, winning the President's Cup was a dream come true. And this hasn't sunk in yet. It's probably going to take about 2 weeks, but it's amazing.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
He's a great young man. Evan Fitzpatrick's shutout, the first shutout in a championship game since Adam Dennis in 2005 as a member of the CHL Team of the Century, those London Knights. Can't get the smile off Evan's face. Max Paddock, he was sensational. Can't do any more than Max did. That's a coming out party for the rookie.
My goodness, a great second half here. Gets injured, doesn't play for 2 months, steps in, wins the Pats their first game with a 31 save performance. And other than a little hiccup against these very same Teton, he was brilliant all tournament long.
There's the 2 goaltenders. They put on a show tonight. Overage players, they know their junior career comes to an end. Championship for Olivier Galipeau, just behind Evan Fitzpatrick, the QMJHL defenseman scoring leader, the defenseman of the year. He will graduate. Adam Holwell, 20 years old, and had a big goal in this game. And of course, Jeffrey Viel, the captain of the T-Tall. He was a powerful force all game long. The future is bright for the T-Tall too. Their star young defenseman, Noah Dobson, is with Rock.
Noah, your team, small community, but the heart and soul of that community, now winning the MasterCard Memorial Cup. What an effort all season long.
Oh, it's incredible. We came in a training camp and our coaching staff and Jim said we want to win our last game. And we just won our last game together to Memorial Cup champs. An incredible feel. I'm proud of all the guys.
You came out inspired. You really tried to force the issue. Their goaltender was brilliant early, but you did not stop.
Yeah, I think we just wanted to stay composed. Our goaltender played a hell of a game. I mean, we threw everything at him and nothing budged, but we knew what we had to do in the third. We went out and did it, and obviously just proud of everyone.
Go get your championship hat.
Thank you.
Nice smile for Noah Dobson. The Regina Pats, a salute to the Brandt Center crowd. This place was sold out. It was loud. The Pats couldn't get anything going in the second period. The crowd got the Go Pats Go happening. Much better effort in the third. They just could not solve Evan Fitzpatrick.
No rest for that guy. He'll pack up his bags and end up going to Buffalo for the NHL Combine. Noah Dobson, it's that type of stress put on a young man in his draft year. But what a performance by Dobson all tournament long, and amazing how that bond that we've seen here over the last 10 days came to fruition in today's win. The first two periods absolutely clinical for the T-Tall, and they had a big pushback from Regina early in the third, and the empty netter put it away.
Saskatchewan's good for the QMJHL. First MasterCard Memorial Cup championship for a QMJHL team since 2013. Halifax won that in Saskatoon. And now Acadie Bathurst, also out of the Maritimes division, wins in Regina. It's the 100th that belongs to the T-Tall. That trophy we just saw will go to the most valuable player of the MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Okay, I got a pretty good idea who that might be.
Team effort. Talked about how close they were all season long. Now they are champions. The Acadie Bathurst T-Tall. Now the presentation for the most valuable player.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a week it has been in Regina. A fabulous MasterCard Memorial Cup to celebrate 100 years. Time now for the trophy presentations. First trophy is the Stafford Smythe Trophy as most valuable player. Mesdames et messieurs, le gagnant de la trophée Stafford Smythe pour le meilleur joueur de la Coupe Memorial MasterCard. And to make the presentation, the president of the Canadian Hockey League, le président de la Ligue de Hockey Canadien, David Branch. The winner of the Stafford Smythe Trophy as the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup Most Valuable Player with 13 points in the tournament from the Regina Pats, Sam Steele.
Sam Steele, a deserving MVP. He just was dangerous whenever he had the puck. The only team that could stop him were the Acadie Bathurst T-Tall. The only losses the Pats had were to Acadie Bathurst. Sam Steele salutes the crowd. He's MVP. And the big trophy is coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most precious trophy to junior hockey players in the Canadian Hockey League, the Memorial Cup.
baby. I shake your spirit.
Mesdames et messieurs, au nom de la Ligue canadienne de hockey, merci à la ville de Regina pour votre support au 100e anniversaire de la Coupe Memorial. On behalf of the Canadian Hockey League, Commissioner Ron Robinson and Commissioner Gilles Courteau, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the City of Regina, the great fans of the Pats, for all your support this week. As well, allow me to thank what an incredible province Saskatchewan is. Appreciate the support of Premier Kelly Moe, the Scott Moe, that should be. I'm sorry, Scott. And then as well, the work of Sean Semple and his host organizing committee in making this a fabulous week for the most important people in the game, and that's the players. Thank you. All 4 teams gave us incredible hockey. And as we are about to present the 100th Memorial Cup, we all know that it stands for a tribute to all those men and women who paid the supreme sacrifice for our country in conflict. That being said, this year takes on an added meaning, as well as we wish to show our support, as all of you have done, this province has done, this country has done, this world has done, in supporting the families, players, billets, and friends of the Humboldt Broncos. So I guess it's about time. Jeffrey Vial, come on forward.
They did it. The Acadie Bathurst Teton 2018 Memorial Cup champions. They win the 100th. Jeffrey Vial called over the other 2 overagers, Olivier Gallipeau, Adam Holwell. Such a great leadership group. We were told over and over by Mario Pouliot and the players that those 3 led the way. They helped mold the young players, and everybody just followed the lead of those 3. Gallipeau, Defenseman of the Year, and the man who orchestrated this championship team is with Rob.
Mario Pouliot is the head coach of the MasterCard Memorial Cup champion Teton. You told us in that 4-day break, you had a little breakfast meeting with the team, and you spoke from the heart about what it meant to coach this team, to be from Bathurst and represent your league here. And here you are as champion.
It's tough to believe, but so proud of all the players. We played a heck of a game. Their goalie played a really good game. A lot of credit to them. They blocked a ton of shots to keep the game at 1-0. But at the end of the day, we keep our composure. We did the right play at the right moment, and it's so amazing. 4 years. I arrived in Bathurst and starting from the bottom and being winner of the Centennial Memorial Cup. It's amazing feeling, and was a long process, but so grateful today. And Bathurst, we win this Memorial Cup for you, so the Mem Cup will be in Bathurst tomorrow.
Félicitations.
Thank you.
Says all the right things. Great coach. A lot of those things we heard over the season, especially over the last couple of weeks here in Regina. Play the right way, do the right things. don't worry about the result. Play the proper way and good things will happen.
And win your final game, and that's exactly what they did. They went about their business in a very professional manner. They covered all the details. We showed off the top, picking up pucks, being respectful when the dignitaries came onto the ice. And this has a lot of meaning because you go back to 10 years ago and the bus crash that killed 8 people in Bathurst. 4 years ago, the passing of Jordan Boyd in camp, and now they have such a great championship to celebrate.
The defenseman of the year is with Rob.
Olivier Galipeau, MasterCard Memorial Cup champion. How does that sound?
It's just amazing. It's something that you dream of when you start to play into junior, and now we're here to end my junior career. There's no better way.
Coach always talked about work ethic. Players always talked about work ethic. I think we saw it in this championship game.
Yeah, I mean, we came out strong in the first. We didn't play since like 4 or 5 days. We were on a good start. And again, we worked hard in the corners. That's what paid off. And our chemistry since the beginning of the year, since I'm there, since Christmas, is just amazing. I think that's one of the reasons why we're here.
Your last practice, we saw the entire team at center ice here. Somebody said a couple of words, and you all raised your stick together. What were those final words?
To enjoy this moment, because it happens probably once in a lifetime, and then to enjoy this all together. We're a big family, and it's just amazing to live this with them.
When Jeff called out the 2 OAs, what was that feeling?
Just amazing to share with those 2 20s. I mean, this was our last junior game. To win this, to share this with them, there's no better feeling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Olivier Galipeau was at the Memorial Cup as a 16-year-old. And he took all that knowledge he learned from a terrific Val d'Or team and a great defensive group to learn from here, and he's passed it on. Players like Noah Dobson, young players that will do the same in the future.
Mario Durocher, the coach at that time, said about Galipeau, this is a special player, and he weaved his way through his QMJHL career to end up in a spot where all of those lessons finally have paid off for him.
Rob is now with Samuel Aslan.
Usually we have a very professional crew of cameramen here to cover every MasterCard Memorial Cup. Now you're doing a little camera work?
Yeah, I think I'm the professional. That's why they gave it to me.
Tell me about the feeling right now and the energy that you're feeding off from this team.
Man, there's actually no word. Win the Press Cup, it's something huge, a great accomplishment. But the Mem Cup, I mean, that's a dream. That's what we're talking about since we're little like this. There's actually no word for that. I'm talking to you, I got goosebumps all over my body. So I dreamt of that moment since the start of the series, and now we're here. There's nothing like that.
Coach put a plan in place. You picked up players along the way. Everybody bought in.
Oh yeah, we had a great team. We had the best team in the
Oh, almost.
We had the best team in Canada.
Tell you what, now this is what you want to do is celebrate with your fans that here. You know that Bathurst had a viewing party. You know the party's on.
Oh yeah, it's on, and I hope it's going to be still on Tuesday because we're going to be there.
All right, Mr. Cameraman, go enjoy the moment.
All right, thank you.
Smile at the camera, Rob. That will be some video to be cherished. And Samuel Aslan, I don't think the smile left his face for 2 weeks being here. Fun-loving, and what an important player for the Teton.
I mean, more goals here in the MasterCard Memorial Cup than he had in the 20 games in the playoffs for the Teton. That's how important he was, centering that top line. And he made such great chemistry with VL, the captain, there on his wing. And they changed wingers a couple of different occasions. Started with Marr, then it moved to Murphy, then Rupsov in this game, and that obviously paid off to be a big move because Aslan was in the mix once again.
Turned into the most important line for the Teton. They were contributing offensively and playing against the other team's top line and shutting them down. Well, that's the moment hockey players wait for. Acadie Bathurst Teton, Memorial Cup champions. That picture will live forever for those players. Mario Pouliot, just a real joy to spend time with this season, and especially over these couple of weeks. He spent a lot of time with us, and helping us learn about his team and just his coaching philosophy. And you just knew that it was a tight-knit group, and you don't win without a team like this. And Jeffrey Viel even said it in his pregame interview with Rob, that we love each other. You don't hear that word a lot in sports, but they do love each other. They are brothers.
And he was the kingpin of it all. He was the leader, and it's funny, you watch him go through physical motions, and other guys literally follow those same physical motions, and it's amazing to see how they've all fallen in drop step behind him. But Mario Pouliot said, I identified a special player when we got him in a trade 4 years ago. 2 years after that, we named him captain, and for good reason. We saw all tournament long, you know, being the guy out there talking to the media all the time, being the guy who, when a big hit was needed, he provided that, and being the guy who, when they needed a big goal or a big assist, provided that as well. He had an all-around, all-encompassing game, and a true captain deserved of his deal with the San Jose Sharks on an AHL basis.
Positives do pay off. The team very positive, led by their coach Mario Pouliot, and for the first time since 2013, the QMJHL is a champion again, and it's the Acadie Bathurst Teton 100th Memorial Cup champions. Jeff?
And it looks great on the margin. Acadie Bathurst, the smallest market in the entire CHL, population 12,000. The smallest market to win the Memorial Cup since Flin Flon in 1957. They had a population of 10,000. Todd Warner alongside Colby Armstrong. I'm Jeff Merrick. What's going to be your takeaway from Regina this season at this MasterCard Memorial Cup, Colby?
Yeah, well, I said coming into the tournament, and I tweeted it, that Acadie Bathurst Teton have the best jerseys. And you know what? They were the best team here. Deservedly so. They won. A well-oiled machine right from the goaltender to their great defense crew and their hard-working, relentless forwards. This is the way it should have ended up. They deserve to get this victory. And congratulations to their little market and their small town and these guys. What a great team they put together this year, and a heck of a tournament for these guys.
Just outstanding. By the way, Sportsnet Central with Martine and Brendan comes up in a moment. Todd, what's your takeaway?
Best team from start to finish. Most depth, played with the most pace. You know, Mario Pouliot, what can you say? Their team has a spirit and a camaraderie that no other team had in this tournament, I felt, too. And they play this sort of pro style, tactical and smart. They deserve to win, too, yes.
They did. It's a great look for Acadie Bathurst. Congratulations. They become the 100th, the winner of the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup. It looks fantastic. There's a number of people we would love to thank. We don't have enough time. All the people behind the cameras and making us look good, and that's not an easy feat, right? Colby Armstrong, all the hardworking men and women. Our producer, Jeff Jurdat, our exec, Mike Brannigan. Want to say something about Saskatchewan as well. It's been a very emotional year for this province, and we heal with you, we mourn with you, we cried with you, our hearts broke with you, and through it all, you invited us here into this province, into your province, into Regina, to celebrate the MasterCard Memorial Cup, and we became friends, greater friends than ever before. And if largeness of a person can be judged by the value of friendships around them, then Saskatchewan, you've made us all giants. Good night from Regina. Thank you, Saskatchewan. On to Halifax for 101.
Now we start the quest to find out which team will win the 100th MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Well, knocks us down, we get back up. A revolution is on the way. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. They tried before, we made them pay.
The OHL's run of 3 straight MasterCard Memorial Cup championships has come to an end.